I am a Gadsden State Cardinal.
Watch me.
Watch me.
Watch me fly.
When the ASAP Prevenger is near, drugs run in fear.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
Hi, I'm Linda Johns. I had the privilege of serving as the director for United Cerebral Palsy for many years. This year, I have a new role as telethon co-chair with Ashley Stella Mitchell.
We are doing our best to bring our telethon back to pre-pandemic levels. Please join us on Saturday, September 30th at Oxford Civic Center.
Or watch the telethon on WOTM on TV 24.
Help us give the gift of hope to those who need it most.
Hi, I'm Cameron Minton with Minton Home Center. Minton Home Center has been in business for over 40 years. We are a true turnkey dealership. We can help you meet your needs from financing with zero down, selecting the right home for your family, and help with your land purchase. We have a full development crew that will complete all of your land preparation. We will make your home purchase experience fun and easy.
We are Caring Hands, providing quality in-home care. We help our patients with light housekeeping, planning meals, bathing, grooming. We offer companionship, reminders of medication, transportation, and errands. Please call us. Let our family take care of yours. Call Caring Hands at 256-281-3100.
Second Chance, serving Calhoun, Cleburne, Etowah, and Talladega counties. Second Chance provides safe shelter and supportive services for domestic and dating violence victims and offers educational outreach to residents of the communities served, empowering victims in their recovery and the public towards intervention in these crimes. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, please have them call and see if we can help. Thank you.
Welcome into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. This is a matchup we've been waiting for all season. Volunteer Stadium in Lineville, Alabama. Handley Tigers, the Central Clay County Volunteers, in a blue blood matchup here tonight. I'm your play-by-play analyst, Dawson Strickland. I'm here with my co-partner and color analyst, Jackson New. And Jackson, this is a game of two guys that have been coaching for a very long time. Coach Strain and Coach Danny Horn have been coaching for a very long time, and it is going to be a great ball game tonight. I will say so myself.
It 100% is, and I just cannot wait for this ball game. I mean, this has ties back to home for me, and I mean, these guys right here, you got 11 state championships in between them.
It's amazing to see what Coach Danny Horn has done, and Danny Horn has done it at small schools, he's done it at big schools, and he's done it all over. And Danny Horn is a guy that you can't do nothing but respect.
Absolutely. I mean, he's the GOAT of Alabama high school football, in my opinion.
And Coach Strain has got a pretty good resume himself, as I've gotten to watch Coach Strain many, many times as I went to Munford my whole life, and I got to watch Coach Strain, and he always seems to have his guys ready for the big game every single time. And I'm really, really excited to see this matchup. And like you said, this ties back to where you grew up and where you was able to play for a few years. And now you get to see some of the guys that you really went to school with come out on this field tonight in what could be one of the best matchups of the year.
100%. I mean, like I was saying, I cannot be. This is the most excited I've been for one of these. I mean, I can't wait. These are my boys growing up. You know, I'm ready to see them out on the field.
It's going to be such a great, great night for football, and I cannot wait to see this atmosphere in Lineville, Alabama. Out in the boonies. It's a ways out there, and there's going to be, but I tell you one thing, there's going to be some great football played out there tonight, and it's going to be a fun time here at Volunteer Stadium. As you can see, the fans are lining in, and I can remember the days of going out to that field, and that line of cars is always there every single season, and that's because they've always got a good football team.
It never stops. It's never going to stop.
And as you can see, we've got some ABS starting lineups for tonight's game. And the first team we're going to go to is the Handley Tigers. Head coach Larry Strain, you got quarterback Kanan Kiles, Elijah Goss, Marjay Williams, Benjamin Pike, Tristan Phillips, Nahemian Askew, McCavian Allen as your receivers. Number 3, receiver 4, DeQuavion Slaughter, receiver and running back Jamarcus Daniel and Montravius Black, offensive lineman Ladarius Johnson, Eli Gabriel, Walter Carden, Raquavion Page, Tamarian Phillips, Camden White as your tight end and offensive lineman. A very good lineup there for the Handley Tigers. And now we're going to go over to the offensive starters for the Central Clay Volunteers. LeBrian McKinney, Dewey Brown, Nathan Pybus, Zalion Stroud, Noah Peterson rounds out your offensive line. Wide receiver J.T. Trammell, wide receiver Damarion Whetstone, wide receiver Deshaun Gibbons, wide receiver Tyler Boyd, quarterback Darion Harris, and the running back we've heard a lot about, LaDamian Boyd, rounds out the starting lineups for the Volunteers on the offensive side of the football. And now you got your defensive starters for the Handley Tigers. Tamarion Phillips, defensive end. Tristan Phillips, a defensive end. Jamarion Hunter, defensive end. At nose guard, Ladarius Johnson. Your 2 inside linebackers are Marjay Williams and Camden White. Outside linebackers, DeQuavion Slaughter, Nahemia Askew. Free safety, Kanan Kiles and Travion Houston. Free safety, Montravius Black. And your 2 corners are Jamarcus Daniel and Jamarion Heath. And your defensive starters for the Clay Central Volunteers, Leroy Cheek, Trendon Glenn will be your nose guard in your left end. Your right end, Xavion Hale. Outside linebacker, Denzel McNeil. And your other outside linebacker, Damarion Whetstone. Your 2 inside linebackers, Kobe Johnson and Aiden Stewart. Your 2 corners, Kevin Cherry, Deshaun Gibbons. And your strong safety and free safety, Taylor Boyd and J.T. Wilkerson, with your kicker being Aiden Young and punter, Taylor Boyd. So some very, very loaded lineups here for both teams tonight. And you can feel it, Jackson. You can feel it in the air that this is going to be a good ball game.
I cannot wait for this. I really can't.
This is going to be such a good ball game tonight. And we've heard so much about Boyd in the backfield for Clay Central. And I tell you what, it's been a great time. So we got some coach IDs coming up for you here in just a few seconds. As we all know what Coach Danny Horn has done, as Coach Danny Horn has done so much for Clay Central. And here we go. We're going to have some coach IDs for you here in just a few moments on Coach Danny Horn and Coach Larry Strain of the Handley Tigers.
I tell you what, I mean, I seen the captains right there, and like all of those names that you named off, I grew up with all those guys. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing that I can sit here in the studio and just broadcast these guys on TV.
It's a great opportunity, 100%, Jackson. And one of the guys that I see there, J.T. Trammell, number 11, is a guy you know very well, and he is one of the key guys for this Central Volunteers team tonight.
100%. I mean, that's been my best friend since I was growing up. I mean, it's surreal right now just watching him on this TV right now in the studio.
And we got some of the Handley Tiger captains for tonight. Number 8, Jamarion Heath. Number 10, Devin Dean. two key players for the Handley Tigers. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be almost ready for kickoff here with your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
Spend your weekend at the 18th Annual Barber Vintage Festival, presented by BMW Motorrad. Thrilling stunt shows, food trucks, beer gardens, live music, and a kids zone brings the fun for everyone. Get your tickets now.
Hello, I'm John Garlick, and I'm running for probate judge here in Calhoun County, and I'm asking for your vote. From accounting and finance to law enforcement and mental health, my education, training, and experience make me uniquely qualified to be your probate judge. Now, I've sworn an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the great state of Alabama, and I look forward to taking that oath again as your next probate judge. I'm John Garlick, and I'm asking for your vote.
When I was a child, my parents couldn't afford braces. My grandparents paid for them, and it changed my life. It's why I'm an orthodontist today. Hi, I'm Dr. John Phillips, and at PT Orthodontics, we want to make braces and Invisalign easy and affordable for everybody. That's why we offer no down payment and affordable monthly payments to give you the smile you'd like to have. And with offices in Oxford and Gadsden, we're neighborhood orthodontics. Give us a call.
Spend your weekend at the 18th Annual Barber Vintage Festival, presented by BMW Motorrad. Thrilling stunt shows, food trucks, beer gardens, live music, and a kids zone brings the fun for everyone. Get your tickets now.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. Volunteer Stadium, Lineville, Alabama is the spot for tonight's matchup, as we have got two very, very good football teams for you guys tonight, the Handley Tigers and the Central Clay County Volunteers. Central Clay leads the series 8-3, but last year Handley gets the best of Coach Danny Horn, wins the game 26-15, and we have been talking about it from the start. Danny Horn has got 8 state championships. Coach Larry Strain has got 2. He is 71-30 at Handley, and this is his 9th year as a head coach.
For sure. This is two, like you were saying, blue bloods going at it here at Volunteer Stadium. Tonight, Volunteer Stadium is the place to be.
And I'll tell you one thing, Jackson, I've got to watch a little bit of highlights of both of these teams, and Coach Danny Horn has brought back hard-nosed football in a way that not many people can do nowadays. Well, I've seen some highlights. He's running the wishbone. He's running the wing bone. He's running these different styles that we haven't seen in forever, and he's being very successful.
And to be honest with you, I don't think it ever left from him. He's done the same thing his whole coaching career. And then guess what? Not many people's been able to stop him.
And well, let me tell you something. You know what they used to tell me? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the guy is yet to be broken at Clay Central. Just a few slip-ups, but I'm not going to say he's ever been broke. He's always managed to come back, and this is going to be a matchup. Clay Central finished last season in the second round, lost to Gulf Shores. This is a Gulf Shores team, a very good team, by the way. They're not a pushover team by no means. And last year, Handley was 11-2 and lost in the third round to Montgomery Catholic, 21-14. And these guys, we've seen them do it. Both of these teams are deep round playoff guys. And they know they've got the experience. And all I kept hearing about was Clay Central was they're 1 year away. They're 1 year away from making that team again. Why can't it be right now? And Coach Danny Horn's thinking that himself.
And I really do think this is it. I mean, you were young last year and the other year before that, and now you've got a lot of seniors on the team. And I think this might be the year for them.
This is a very good matchup we have got here tonight, and we are just moments away from kickoff here in Lineville, Alabama, between the Clay Central Volunteers and the Handley Tigers. Here we go, folks. Number 50, Aiden Young, will be kicking the ball away for the Volunteers. And it looks to be like number 14, Montravius Black, will be back to return the kickoff for the Handley Tigers.
Tell you what, I played baseball with Aiden Young. He's a pretty good shortstop, too.
So Southern States Bank kickoff here tonight, and we are getting ready to be underway in just a few moments. Here we go, folks. And boom, we are underway here in Lineville, Alabama. Montravius Black is the man to return the football. He shoots out of a cannon, gets hit there at about the 20, and he's going to be brought down by a slew of Volunteers.
I think it's going to be number 2, Kevin Cherry, that ended up bringing him down right there.
And now we're going to get a look at this Handley offense led out by number 1 quarterback, Kanan Kyles. I got to watch this guy a little bit last year. Dual threat, can do it with his legs and his feet. But a lot of guys are talking about E.J. Goss, the running back for the Handley Tigers, is a man you need to look out for tonight for the Tigers.
Very good. I mean, they have a very good offense, and they're very big up front as well.
And the first play of the game is going to go to E.J. Goss. E.J. Goss bounces outside. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. What a tackle on the play there by, looked to be number 17, Taylor Boyd.
Really good play right there. That's the brother of LaDamian Boyd. You got about 3 or 4 of these brothers on the same Clay Central team.
Great play there by Taylor Boyd. You have got to stop E.J. Goss in the backfield, because if you let him get around you, you might be looking at the back of his jersey.
For sure. I mean, when you let this guy get out in space, he's a playmaker, and very few people are going to catch him.
And here we go, Kanan Kyles. He's also got Amaje Williams in the backfield. This is going to be a keeper for Kyles. Kyles is going to bounce it out, and he's going to get a decent gain to get him back up to the line of scrimmage for a 3rd down and about 11 yards.
That's really good defense right there by Clay Central. I mean, just not letting the ball go outside at all. Just really good pursuit.
Great outside coverage there to fill that outside gap for Clay Central to not let Kyles beat you with his legs.
Which is something he really can do. And
He can do it, and he will hurt you.
It's going to bring up 3rd and long right here.
So 3rd down and long for the Handley Tigers. And we're going to see what Coach Strain can draw up here to try to get over that 1st down marker and not give it to Clay Central on their first drive of the game. So Kyles is going to be in the backfield. It's going to be an empty backfield. Our first look at this set. And I believe Kanan Kyles called a timeout there as the play clock was running down. I think that is what happened. I think Kyles called a timeout as the play clock was running down. Looked like they weren't on the same page there from the start. They were trying to get set up, and it looked like to me they were going to run an empty backfield with 4 wide receivers. So I believe they were going to try to air it out there.
And I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that this volunteer crowd is very loud right now.
I can absolutely agree with you, and that place has always been packed out. They've always packed out for the big games, even the small games. They've always showed up and showed out from a fan standpoint.
Clay County's a small town. They don't know very much things, but one thing they do know is football.
I will agree with you there, Jackson, 100%. So here we go. Kanan Kyles is going to line up in that same formation again here, as looks like, indeed they are. They are going to line up in an empty backfield, 3 wide receivers, and they're going to bring Goss in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Kyles. Kyles is going to look to throw it, and he's going to launch the ball down the field, and he's got a man, and it's incomplete. Knocked away by Kevin Cherry.
Really good play right there by number 2, Kevin Cherry. I mean, that was really good defense. He had his man right there, but he just little underthrew him a little bit.
So at the beginning of the play, you thought they could try to trick this volunteer defense into thinking they were going to give it to E.J. Goss. But Kevin Cherry with great pursuit there on it looked to be number 4, DeQuavion Slaughter.
And that's really good for this volunteer defense. It's going to make them punt early.
So now Kanan Kyles will punt it away to the Volunteers. Kyles, very good punt, end-over-end punt for Kyles, and it's going to be way down, and a fair catch called there by number 6, Tyler Boyd.
Tell you what, that's really good field position right there for the Volunteers. Let's see what their offense can do coming straight out of this game.
And that's all we've talked about is this blue blood, hit you in the mouth offense that Coach Danny Horn has put together once again. And we're about to see it firsthand here against this very good Handley defense. They have been very good all year.
I mean, you can see right now how big Handley's D-line is. But then again, just wait till you see this Volunteers offensive front.
So now, here we go. Here is the Handley defense and the Clay County offense. We're getting our first look at this Clay County offense as we have got number 14, Darian Harris will be your quarterback. Harris, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to bounce it in. And where's that play right there? That that slot quarterback keeper there from that formation can fool a lot of teams. But Handley was ready for it there.
First play of the game, they go straight into wishbone right there. I mean, that's a really hard formation to really comprehend and understand.
It is indeed. So now, Darian Harris, quarterback for the Volunteers, and they're lining up in the wishbone. Here's Harris. He is going to hand it off to his fullback, who is gobbled up in the backfield. Number 5, Amaje Williams, was not fooled on that play, as it looked like the handoff was given to Kobe Johnson.
I'll tell you what, though, this is going to be really tough for the Volunteers offensive line because, I mean, they're just really eating them right now. But this is early in the game. If they can make some adjustments right here, it's going to be very, very tough.
Tamarian Phillips is one of the bigger guys on this defensive front for Handley, and they have got a very, very big defensive front. So this is going to be a tough time for Clay Central. So here we go. They start off in the wishbone. They send Kevin Cherry out in motion. And Harris is looking to throw it. He's got Kevin Cherry down the field. Kevin Cherry is looking to go to the end zone, and he stopped at about the 5-yard line.
Just a really beautiful play call right there by the Volunteers. Cherry was lined up in the wishbone, motioned him out, and he was just wide open right there on a beautiful pass by Darren Harris.
The play choked me up a little bit because I didn't know what was coming. I see Kevin Cherry go out of the backfield, wide open down the field, to get him down to about the 3-yard line. Not even the 5. I said it was the 5. But what a play there by Cannon Kyles to track him down and keep him from scoring for the Volunteers. We're in the Applebee's red zone now as the Volunteers are looking to get in the end zone, do what they do best, run it in, and he is stopped just short of the goal line, Kevin Cherry.
Tell you what, Amaje Williams is making some plays right here for this Handley defense in the first quarter of this game.
And he's a very good ball player, as we've seen so far tonight, and the game is just now getting started.
He's going to be the playmaker on this Handley defense for sure.
So here we go, wishbone formation for the Volunteers. Harris, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to bulldoze it in for the touchdown for the Volunteers. There's going to be a penalty flag, and it's going to be encroachment on Handley. I believe they called that play, they called that penalty before the ball was snapped. That's why it's coming back.
That's very unfortunate right there for the Volunteers, but I mean, trust me, I don't think Danny Horn's stressing that one at all.
No, because I believe he can run the same play again right here.
100%. I mean, why, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
So wishbone formation once again for the Volunteers. And they indeed run it again, and it gets a good push from its running backs, and that's a touchdown! Touchdown Volunteers! Central Clay drives down the field, and they take a 6-0 lead over the Handley Tigers. What a touchdown there for a Team 1 Chevrolet touchdown for the Central Clay Volunteers.
Beautiful drive right there for the Volunteers. I mean, that was perfect. I mean, you thought that for a minute there it was going to fizzle out, and then you just get Darren Harris, Kevin Cherry, long pass, you down to about the 5-yard line. And I mean, that was a beautiful play call, but you got to give it right there to number 5, Damari Whetstone, pushing him in right there.
So Aiden Young on for the PAT attempt to see if they can make this game 7-0. As Young's kick looks well up, and that looks well good. So PAT is good. 7-0. The Volunteers are up on the Handley Tigers, 7-0. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more with your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We're on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. Stop being just another number at the big bank and start being a neighbor at Southern States Bank. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
I am a dreamer who will make a difference in this world.
I'm flying to a future of great promise and change.
I am a mentor committed to helping my students transform their lives.
I'm a hard worker striving to build a better Alabama.
I am a go-getter with ambition and drive.
I am a Gadsden State Cardinal.
Watch me.
Watch me.
Watch me fly.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. The Southern States Bank kickoff is going to be returned there by the Handley Tigers, and number 14, Montravius Black, gives them pretty good field position on about the 32-yard line to start this offensive drive.
tell you what, Hanley's got to respond here if they want to stay in this game, because I mean, the way Volunteers work is they come out, they hit you in the mouth, and they don't stop all game long. Danny Horn's got these guys conditioned really well.
So here we go, 7-0. The Handley Tigers are looking to counterpunch Coach Danny Horn's high-powered offense, and we're going to see if Kanan Kyles and E.J. Goss can do it here. It's going to be a gift to Goss. Goss is going to bounce it in, and a good run there by E.J. Goss. Going to be close to the first down marker, if not a first down.
Beautiful run out there. There was a little miscommunication on the snap, but it doesn't matter. Goss just runs out there, just a beautiful play call.
And he has been a workhorse for this Handley Tigers team all year long. And I believe he's going to keep it up because he is very, very hard to stop.
Very fast. He can find holes really well.
So here we go. Kanan Kyles and E.J. Goss is the two guys you have to look out for the Handley Tigers. And here we go. A little Clay Central formation here themselves by Handley, and it's going to be a gift to E.J. Goss. He breaks one tackle, and he's going to have enough for the first down for the Handley Tigers.
Good play call right there. That gives you a new set of down. I think that tackle was made by number 17, Tyler Boyd, right there.
So now we're going to see this again, and this is all set up there by, it looked to be number 68, Eli Gabriel, as he was the leading fullback blocker for Goss, and he sets a good block to get him over that first down marker.
He really did. That was a beautiful lead block right there. But I tell you what, so far this Handley offensive line is really holding up.
They're holding up really well against this very good defensive front. This is the battle of two good defensive fronts here from Handley and Clay Central. So here's Kyles. He's going to motion out Goss. Kyles, he's looking to throw it. He's going to get pressured. He's moving out of the pocket. He breaks one tackle. Kyles has got a lot of speed. Stiff arms the man. He's going to run out of bounds. He's going to make what he can out of nothing there. Good play there by Kanan Kyles. Better play by this Clay Central defense.
Tell you what though, Kyles, this is why he's so dangerous. He can beat you with his legs. I mean, I think he broke 2 different tackles right there. Didn't get many yards, but still, that could have been a lot worse right there by the Handley Tigers.
And number 56, Leroy Cheek, was the man who broke through the defensive line, the offensive line there for Handley, and was able to go through that line, push Kyles out of the pocket. Good play there by Cheek.
Really good. He's very, very strong, very physical. In practice, I played with him my 8th grade year. He was very strong, very physical, and he's definitely a handful to block.
And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of your WEAC TV24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
Hi, I'm Linda Johns. I had the privilege of serving as the director for United Cerebral Palsy for many years. This year, I have a new role as telethon co-chair with Ashley Stella Mitchell.
We are doing our best to bring our telethon back to pre-pandemic levels. Please join us on Saturday, September 30th at Oxford Civic Center.
Or watch the telethon on WOTM on TV24.
Help us give the gift of hope to those who need it most.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank. The Central Clay Volunteers have took a 7-0 lead over the Handley Tigers. Here by Handley is driving, as we've seen 2 very good runs by E.J. Goss. We're going to get Goss again, who is going to get smoked in the backfield by this Volunteer defense. And right there, I seen number 5, Damarian Whetstone, all over him in the backfield.
Beautiful play right there. I mean, they're just, right now, that was a beautiful defensive play. Broke through this offensive front and just hit him right in the backfield.
And E.J. Goss has got to be the guy that Coach Danny Horn circled on his sheet at practice this week, because E.J. Goss has been very, very good all year long, and he's a workhorse. He stays out there a lot of snaps for this Handley Tigers offense. Cannon Kyles has got 4 wide receivers on the field. Kyles, he's looking to throw it, and he's going to get flushed out of the pocket again, and Cheeks is all over him. Kyles is going to throw it away.
I mean, Cheeks is just busting through this offensive front right now. I mean, he is all over the ball. Kyles really doesn't even have that much time in the pocket.
I mean, look at this right here. Here's Cheeks. Boom. Gets through the center and the offensive front. And there you go. Forces Cannon Kyles to throw it away, looking for DeQuavion Slaughter, one of his top wideouts. So here we go. 3rd down here for 4th down for Handley, as they're going to have to punt it away to Central Clay again.
That's not what you wanted if you're a Handley Tiger right now.
No, you're not, because once you give Coach Horn a lead, the way his offense runs, he can run the clock out on you in a very, very quick hurry. And great play there for the Handley Tigers special teams. And that was number 78, Landon Bozeman, on the tackle. Look at that play there. Great play there by Bozeman, tackling Tyler Boyd on the punt return.
And I'm a little familiar with Handley as well. Landon Bozeman, his brother Bradley Bozeman, played for Alabama. He's now playing for my Carolina Panthers.
Bradley Bozeman, also a Raven at one point. A little fun fact there for the fans out there. So now we're going to see the Central Clay Volunteer offense once again, and that's going to be led out by Darian Harris, as he is getting ready to set up this high-powered run game for the Central Clay Volunteers.
Right back in Wishbone here.
And yes, they are. And Harris, he's going to flip it back. And it's going to be a direct give to his tailback. And he's going to make a big gain out of nothing. What a play there for the Volunteers. And I believe that was number 15, LaDamian Boyd.
First play of the night for him. And trust me, it's not going to be the last.
No, it's not. And let's watch this again. Just a quick pitch out to Boyd. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another. And LaDamian Boyd is hard to bring down on first contact. Hard to bring down on first contact, and that's what Handley's going to have to do if they want to be successful against him.
I mean, 100%. He also has absolutely insane speed.
So Darren Harris, this time they're going to be in the gun with Boyd behind him. And he's going to motion over Deshaun Gibbons. He's going to give it to Boyd, and Boyd's going to break that tackle. Look at LaDamian Boyd. What a play there. He's going to be brought down by number 10, Devin Dean.
It's a beautiful play call right there. And right now, I mean, the Handley Tigers got to do something to stop this offense.
I got really familiar with Central Clay running backs, as I remember the good old days of watching Cameron Peoples running the football for this Volunteers offense, and LaDamian Boyd trying to show some flashbacks of Cameron Peoples.
I mean, just really good. Cameron Peoples was a stud for the Volunteers.
He was. I got to watch him run against my alma mater many, many times. So here we go. Harris, he's in the backfield. He's got Boyd with him too. He's going to motion over Gibbons. Harris, he's looking to throw it. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to bounce it through, and he's going to get a good gain. He's going to be right there at that first down marker.
Just a beautiful run. I mean, that's a beautiful play call right there. You go wishbone, then you go straight in the shotgun. I mean, you got Handley probably thinking it's a pass, and he just makes a play. Darren Harris keeps it, finds a hole, and gets probably about 6 or 7 yards right there.
Amaje Williams was in on that tackle for the Handley Tigers. As now we're going to get a third down in, I want to say inches, if it's even inches. I mean, this is almost grass clipping length. I mean, this is very close, and I'm going to see what the officials do here. They may want to measure this, because this is very close.
I think they may do it.
I mean, this is very close. They're going to have to measure this.
I think that's the right call, because I think Darren Harris might have got it right there.
I think he did too. I knew it was very close, but this is like grass clippings length. Like if the ball moves 1 inch, it's a first down. Not even an inch. And so they're going to take a look at it though, and I believe they're going to get it.
See Danny Horn on the
There's
sideline.
their man himself, Danny Horn there, waiting on this, and it is indeed a first down. So I'm not a betting man, but I almost could have betted you that was a first down.
I mean, it looked like a first down. I was a little bit concerned with the spot
Which
right there.
it helps out Handley a little bit there because the clock stops, and I don't have to run another play there to keep the clock moving.
Also lets you catch your breath a little bit too.
Absolutely. So it's almost like a timeout for both teams. So now we are going to get to see this high-powered offense once again. Darren Harris the quarterback, LaDamian Boyd, in the backfield. And they're going to have two wide receivers to our near side, which one of them is Deshaun Gibbons. He's going to motion over Jaleel Trammell. JT Trammell in motion. Harris, he's going to keep it himself, make something out of a high snap, and look at Harris go up the field. Great run there, going to bring up second down and short.
Beautiful play. I mean, that was a busted play, but Darren Harris, high snap, but he makes something out of it.
And look at the pulling guards there for Clay Central. What a play. Number 72, Quintavious Brown, pulling there for his quarterback. Great play call.
Yeah, really good play call right there. I mean, this offensive front so far is just dominating.
So Darren Harris and LaDamian Boyd in the backfield. Going to be in the gun. Harris, he's going to look to throw it. Gets a good block there by Webb. The ball's going to be thrown in the end zone and incomplete, and he had him. Deshaun Gibbons lays out for it with coverage by Jamarcus Daniel. What a throw there by Harris, but just led him too far.
Just overthrew Soap right there. I mean, that's just unfortunate.
And man, that was a really good block there by LaDamian Boyd as he set the block to keep his quarterback from getting laid out. Good block there by Boyd. So Darren Harris, he's got Boyd behind him. And they're looking back over to the coach. They're going to call an audible here. So now Boyd's going to move up beside him. Harris, he's going to keep it himself, and he didn't get it. He's going to be about a yard short here, and I believe Coach Horn may think about just going for this.
Oh, they're going to, I mean, Coach Horn, he loves going for it on fourth down. He will 100% go for this.
Yeah, they're about fourth and a yard away from this first down marker. So fourth down, going to be in the I formation. Boyd is going to be the running back. It's going to be a keeper for Harris. And I can't tell from this angle, but I believe he's got it. Which you know how this goes. Both teams point a different direction, and we're going to see who gets it. And I believe Harris got it.
I believe he got it. I think he picked up just enough for it.
We're gonna wait and see what the officials call here.
I think we're going to have another measurement.
I believe they may have to measure this.
Tell you what, though, this thing about this is good for both teams. Well, I mean, gives you some time to catch your breath.
This is crucial. This is a crucial part in this ball game here, as this could run off a lot more clock for Central Clay. And this could help Handley out get their offense the ball back. And he's going to be about inches short. What a play and what a job by the officials to get this call. Great play there by the Handley Tiger defense. And Coach Strain has got to be jumping out of his shoes to give Kanan Kyles the ball back here on this next offensive possession.
For sure, and if you're a Handley Tiger, this is exactly what you needed. You kind of stalled your first offensive drive. You get a stop on fourth down. You come out, you're fresh. This is going to be a really good drive right here, I think, for Handley.
And Coach Strain has got to be waiting for E.J. Goss and Kanan Kyles to get this offense going. They've had two offensive drives, and they punted on both drives. So we're going to see what they've got up their sleeve here on this possession. Kyles, he's going to give it off to Goss. Goss has got a little bit of a lane, and he's going to be tackled there on the play. Look to be number 55 for the Volunteers, Trendon Glenn.
Really good play right there. I mean, but Goss found a hole right there. Just a really good defensive play right there by Trendon Glenn.
As it looked like Goss had a little bit of a hole there to shoot through, but he could not find it there as Glenn tracked him down, one of the big defensive linemen for the Volunteers. So about second down and about 7 yards to go for Handley. Kyles. E.J. Goss is your tailback. Kyles is going to keep it himself. He's getting flushed out. Kyles looking to throw it, and a great pass by Kanan Kyles. What a throw there. Look to number 14, Montravius Black.
I'll tell you what, I thought that ball was going out of bounds. I thought he was just throwing it away right there. That was some major, major pressure right there by number 32, Aiden Stewart. We used to call him Stewie.
Aiden Stewart pressured Kyles out of the pocket, and what a throw to Montravius Black there for Kanan Kyles to float it over. And this is going to be some really good field position here with 43.9 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Kyles, he's going to give it to Goss. Goss bounces it out, and Goss is going to be wrapped up in the backfield. And that was once again number 5, Damari Whetstone was the man on the stop.
Beautiful. That was a good play call right there, but I mean, Damari Whetstone just found him from the start and ate him up.
And a great play there, Aiden Stewart as well on the tackle. So now they may just go ahead and run this first quarter out. There's only about 13 seconds to go, and I believe that's what they're going to do. Man, this first quarter has flown by in this ball game between these two blue blood schools, and I can already tell you the second quarter is going to be just as good as the first quarter, so don't turn away from your television. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back. We'll have the second quarter. Central Clay 7, Handley 0. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more of your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
Hi, I'm Cameron Minton with Minton Home Center. Minton Home Center has been in business for over 40 years. We are a true turnkey dealership. We can help you meet your needs from financing with zero down, selecting the right home for your family, and help with your land purchase. We have a full development crew that will complete all of your land preparation. We will make your home purchase experience fun and easy.
We are Caring Hands, providing quality in-home care. We help our patients with light housekeeping, planning meals, bathing, grooming. We offer companionship, reminders of medication, transportation, and errands. Please call us. Let our family take care of yours. Call Caring Hands at 256-281-3100.
Second Chance, serving Calhoun, Cleburne, Etowah, and Talladega counties. Second Chance provides safe shelter and supportive services for domestic and dating violence victims and offers educational outreach to residents of the communities served, empowering victims in their recovery and the public towards intervention in these crimes. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, please have them call and see if we can help. Thank you.
Welcome back in. We're WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank. We are starting their second quarter of action here in Lineville, Alabama. The Central Clay Volunteers have got a 7-0 lead over the Handley Tigers. But the Handley Tigers, Cannon Kyles has made this team have a really good shot at trying to get in the end zone, hitting Montravius Black deep to get them over the 50-yard line. Kyle's going to fumble the football, and it's going to be picked up by the Volunteers. That is not what Handley wanted, as number 49, Kobe Johnson, picks up the fumble from Cannon Kyles.
That was just really unfortunate right there. I think both of them were fighting for the ball right there, and it just went right into Kobe Johnson's hands.
And we can tell there was miscommunication from Goss and Kyles. Kyles didn't know if he wanted Goss to take it. Kyles didn't know if he wanted to take it, and at the last second he tries to pull it. Goss is already running, ball hits the ground, Kobe Johnson picks it up. So now the Volunteers of Clay County will get the football back here at about the 48-yard line.
Really good field position right here, and I tell you what, I guarantee you that this Handley defense is already exhausted.
They have got to be exhausted, and that's one thing that Coach Horn's style of offense will do to a defense. He will keep you on the field for a long period of time. So now here we go. Harris is going to get the ball snapped over his head. And there we go. LaDamian Boyd jumps on it. And they called a timeout. Ooh, Coach Horn is a lucky, lucky man that he just called that timeout, because that ball was on the ground, snapped over Harris's head. What a play.
Very, very lucky right here. And Coach Horn, I think, is going to be very colorful in this photo.
That was crucial. That would have been very, very big for Handley. Handley has got to be upset that timeout was called in time.
For sure. I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, that was what, probably 30 yards back right there?
I mean, it was every bit of it. And Coach Strain has got to be just kicking himself. Well, I mean, he couldn't do nothing about it. You know, well-timed timeout there for Clay Central. And I believe that could have caused the snap. You hear the whistle, snap the ball, you know, yada, yada, yada. But nonetheless, it'll be first down and 10 for the Volunteers, as now they're getting ready to see if they can take a 13-0 lead on the Handley Tigers. And if you're Handley, this has got to be your defensive drive. You do not want to go down 2 scores here because Coach Horn can eat off so much time off the clock. And the ball snapped over his head again. And Bard has got it. No, it's on the ground. And Handley's got it. What a play. Back to back. No.
Oh, man, that is that is not good right there for the Volunteers at all. 2 very, very, very high snaps, and Handley has amazing field position now.
I am baffled right now with this. Number 4, DeQuavian Slaughter jumps on the football for the Handley Tigers. And here it is, the best field position the Handley Tigers have had all night so far. Cannon Kyles is going to keep it. He's going to shoot up the middle, and he's going nowhere. I don't even think he gains a yard as Clay Central Volunteers are all over that play.
Tell you what, Leroy Cheeks got in the backfield there as quick as possible, hit him in the backfield early, and that play was busted before it even started.
Well, Leroy Cheeks been all over the field tonight so far, and I believe he's been the defensive MVP of the first quarter because he's been all over the field. So now we're going to see Cannon Kyles try to get this team into the end zone. They've struggled to even push the ball over the 50, but that bad snap really gives them some hope here on this drive. Kyles has got E.J. Goss in the backfield. Kyles, he's going to keep it. He's going to flip a pass over the middle, and he's got a man wide open. That is number 5, Amaje Williams, is going to go all the way down to the 1-yard line, and the Handley Tigers are in striking distance in the Applebee's red zone.
This is exactly what the Handley Tigers needed right there. I mean, you get a fumble, 2 back-to-back high snaps. Volunteers get another chance. They snipe it high again. Now you're at the 1-yard line with a chance to tie this game up.
So here we go. The Volunteers are backed up in their own end zone as Cannon Kyles is looking to get Handley in the end zone. Kyles, he's going to hand it off to E.J. Goss. E.J. Goss is about an inch short.
Tell you what, really good stand right there by this Volunteer defense because I thought he was going to get in the end zone.
And the man I see standing up out of the bottom of that pile is Leroy Cheek, who is all over it again.
Not a surprise right there. I mean, and I think that was actually number 10, J.T. Wilkerson, that kind of kept him out of the end zone. He came over the top, hit him with his shoulder, and just kind of knocked him back.
So here we go. Kyles. We may see Kyles keep this one himself. No, he is indeed going to give it to E.J. Goss, and E.J. Goss is in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Handley has got 6 points. Team 1 Chevrolet touchdown for the Tigers, and they bring the score within 1.
This is exactly what Handley needed. I mean, you fumble the football. Volunteers turn around, fumble it again on a high snap. You drive down the field, score a touchdown in 4 plays. That's just huge right there for the Handley Tigers.
And you know that's eating Coach Horn up. To see that happen on back-to-back play. Got bailed out on the first one. Second one, not so lucky. And I was talking about Coach Strain really kicking himself. Now he's jumping with joy because he gets the second fumble, and they drive down the field and score a touchdown that was almost blocked there. PAT by Handley. Number 78, Landon Bozeman's kick was good. And your score is 7-7 now here in Lineville.
Tell you what, I thought this was going to be a dog fight, and so far it's exactly what it is.
Scratch that. It was no good. I must have missed that. Kick looked good to me, but it was no good. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back. We'll have more of your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
In the heart of your community, Coosa Valley Technologies brings you the future of high-speed internet. Having connection issues? Simply reach out to us, your neighbors, and experience exceptional customer service. Our local customer support experts guide you through the process with a personalized touch. Our skilled technicians install top-notch equipment for the most reliable connection. From community to your home, Coosa Valley Technologies, where local care meets global connectivity. Visit us online or call now to join the Coosa Valley Technologies family.
First Bank of Alabama is celebrating 175 years of excellence, excellence in banking. Since 1848, we've been growing our product and growing our banking services in East Central Alabama. You can find us making sure that we are bettering our community to the best of our ability. First Bank of Alabama is where you are first.
Member FDIC.
Palto Solutions is a licensed and insured home builder located in Lincoln, Alabama. We specialize in roofing, sheetrock, painting, remodeling, and new home construction. Check us out on Facebook or call us for a free estimate, or look us up on the web at paltosolutions.com.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. We are also at your Southern States Bank kickoff, and that is my apologies. Handley did indeed miss the PAT from Landon Bozeman, so the score is 7-6. Clay Central still has the lead by 1 slim point, and here we go. Clay Central is going to return the kick. It's Kevin Cherry. Cherry's down the sidelines. He's got some space. Kevin Cherry's not going to be catched. It's going to be a touchdown, Volunteers. And they fire right back. It happens every time.
Kevin Cherry shot out of a cannon right there. I mean, I don't know if anybody even touched him.
Kevin Cherry says, Handley, if you're going to throw a knockout punch, we're going to duck and throw one right back. There we go. The Central Clay Volunteers are now up 13-6 over the Handley Tigers, and it was a good kick. Just Kevin Cherry has got lightning speed, and he takes it down the sidelines, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Volunteers.
He was actually touched by the kicker. That was the only person that touched him.
So here we go as we're looking at the PAT here by number 50, Aiden Young. Aiden Young's kick is up, and it is good. A line drive kick for Aiden Young makes the score 14-6 over the Handley Tigers.
Tell you what, though, I mean, in a blink of an eye, just like that, this game's changed.
It is changed indeed now, so now the pressure's back on Handley as they thought they had a tad bit of breathing room, and now they are back in their own corner again. There's still a lot of football game left to go, obviously. It's only the second quarter, and as a matter of fact, there's 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. But you got to feel that you wanted to have your defense on the field in that situation.
And 100%. I mean, you got, and also if you're Handley, I think you got to fire back right here because, I mean, besides the 2 high snaps, this Volunteer offense has not been stopped. Actually, I apologize. They were stopped on 4th down. That's 100% my fault.
So now number 4, DeQuavian Slaughter is back to return the kick for the Handley Tigers, as well as number 3, Nehemiah Askew is back as well. Southern States Bank kickoff for the Volunteers. Aiden Young going to be kicking it off. And we're going to get another look at this Handley Tiger offense, who would manage to get into the red zone pretty much on a high snap and a miscue by the Volunteer offense. So here we go. This kickoff is going to be returned. Looks to be by number 7, Jamarcus Daniel, who's going to be brought down at about the 38-yard line. So Cannon Kyles is going to have very good field position on this offensive drive.
Tell you what, I mean, that's pretty good field position right there for the Tigers. And tell you what, Handley needs to come out here and score and get some points.
Take a little bit of time, get down there and score some points is what Handley is looking to do here on this possession. E.J. Goss and Cannon Kyles is your 2 men in the backfield. So we've seen a lot of E.J. Goss already tonight. Kyles, he's looking to throw it. Kyles is going to fire a strike across the middle, and that ball is going to be tipped and off the hands of number 4, DeQuavian Slaughter.
That was a really good pass right there by Kyles. I mean, Slaughter just absolutely hit off his hands.
Went right through the mitts of DeQuavian Slaughter. Kevin Cherry in coverage, and Slaughter was open. He's going to want that one back.
He 100% is going to want that one back. I mean, that would have probably got a first down, if not more.
So it's been the tale of 2 offenses here so far, as we've seen a lot of running from Clay Central. We've seen a lot of running and passing from Handley, so they've been trying to do both. As Cannon Kyles is going to slip through the middle of the field there. He's going to get about a 7-yard gain and bring up 3rd down and 3.
Really good play call right there by the Handley Tigers. I like that. Really good blocking right there. I mean, you can't get better blocking right there by the Handley Tigers.
Majay Williams was the man to lead the way. Number 5 for the Handley Tigers was able to get a good block there to push Kyles up the field.
It's 3rd and short here. What are you doing here, Dawson?
Third down and short. I'm going to see this going to probably E.J. Goss, as they've seemed to lean on him when they get down in these short third downs. It is indeed going to go to Goss. Goss is going to be gobbled. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and the Clay Central Volunteers are all over at number 5, Damarian Whetstone.
Beautiful, beautiful defense right there by the Volunteers. I mean, Goss never had a chance. He had 3 guys right in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped, and Whetstone's the one that brings him down right there.
Damari Whetstone all over E.J. Goss, as Goss just could not find a hole, and the Handley Tigers are going to have to punt it back to the Volunteers.
If you don't take a loss right there, I think it might be 4-down territory, but if you took a 4 or 5 loss right there, I mean, that knocks you back. You have to punt.
Number 6, Tyler Boyd, going to be back to return, and I believe there's going to be a timeout on the field. Not really sure who called the timeout, but they're going to talk it over here, as Boyd is going to be the man to return it for the Volunteers. And he's another guy you really don't want the ball in his hands in space, because we've seen his speed already tonight as well.
Not at all. I'll tell you what, there's like 5 Boyd's brothers on this team, and they're all quick. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I wouldn't want to kick it to any of them. And Danny Horn right here, he is very, very colorful in the huddle.
As he knows what's at stake in this ball game, as Central Clay is going up against one of probably the hardest opponents they played all year, and that's this Handley Tiger team. And Coach Strain has got his guys in a very good position here as a football team, but this is a battle of 2 blue blood schools that are both got the same goal, and that's win football games, because they're really good at doing that. So here we go. Boyd is going to be the man back to return the punt from Kyles. What a punt there by Cannon Kyles. Boyd's going to return it. He's going to bounce this outside. Boyd's got a little bit of space, and he's just going to run it out of bounds, as that's where the Clay Central Volunteers are going to set up shop right at about the 36-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Kyles can punt the ball, boy.
Yes, he can, and that was a very good punt. And we're going to see this return here by Boyd. If he could have got that edge, he may have been able to do a little bit more with it, but that was good special teams coverage there by the Handley Tigers.
Really good. You know that they got on him. I think that's right there on the sideline. I think that was Cam Peoples.
Right, and he's saying, and he appears. I watched the guy for many, many years. So here we go. The Clay Central Volunteers, Darren Harris, LaDamian Boyd in the backfield, along with Kevin Cherry in the wishbone formation. And it's going to be a keep for Harris. He's going to flip it out to Boyd. Boyd's going to lower his shoulder, and he's going to be tackled on the play by Cannon Kyles.
I'll tell you what, Cannon Kyles is going to get a good night's sleep, because he's doing just about everything out here for the Handley Tigers.
He is. He's one of their safeties on the defense, and the quarterback on the offense. The guy is a multiple tool player, Swiss Army knife, you could say, for the Tigers.
He really is, and I mean, that's very rare to see, especially as a quarterback playing 3 different positions.
So here we go. Back in the wishbone is the Volunteers. After a solid gain on first down, Harris, he's going to keep it himself. He's looking to throw it. He's going to fire it down the field, and he was looked to be in the direction of number 8, Caden Glenn, and that pass is going to be incomplete. And in coverage was number 8, Jamarian Heath.
I'll tell you what, I love this wishbone formation right here, though. I mean,
it's been so long since I've seen it.
It's a formation you just don't see very much, especially, I mean, even in college you don't see it very much. In high school either, but it's just a very, very odd and very weird formation to adjust to and try to defend.
Unless you're watching the Army-Navy game, or it used to be Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech's kind of slipped away from it here recently.
Even Army's got away with it a little bit.
Yeah,
now.
I know, and it's just a formation you don't see much. Harris going to give it off to Boyd, and a great play call there.
He's
and there
gone.
goes LaDamian Boyd. Throw up the peace signs. Touchdown, Volunteers. LaDamian Boyd has done it again. A Team 1 Chevrolet touchdown for the Volunteers. And there's got to be a sense of urgency from this Handley Tigers team. There has to be.
100%. And as soon as I seen...
What a play call.
Yeah.
That was a great play call. You think it's a play action pass, you just give it to Boyd. He takes it all the way home.
I'll tell you what, once I seen Boyd had a little bit of space right there, I just said goodbye. If you're not catching him in open field like that, I don't think anyone can.
LaDamian Boyd, 20-6 is your score. Aiden Young going to be trying to kick the PAT to make it 21-6. And we're going to get a look at it here in just a moment. And Young's PAT is up. And it is good.
There's a flag on the play, though.
Penalty flag on the play.
I think it's going to be offsides on the Hanley
Yeah, I
Tiger.
think this is going to stand. I think the PAT is going to stand. It came from the back judge. We're going to see what the call is on the field.
I think they may pick it up here. No, they don't.
Going to be a personal foul on Hanley. So I believe that's enforced on the kickoff, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see what they decide to do there on that.
Very interested to see what the personal foul was. I mean,
so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
Hi, I'm Chandler Tyree.
And this is Austin Campbell.
Austin, you deliver the mail?
More like packages.
For the whole package, tune in on Friday nights at 10 p.m. After all Friday night's football action, we will deliver.
I want to thank God first, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be doing this. If you need your windows cleaned, please give Michael a call at Michael's Window Washer. Michael would love to have your business. Michael would love to come and clean your windows. 256-239-4348 if you need your windows cleaned.
And welcome back in with your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank. LaDamian Boyd gets the Volunteers back on the board to make score 21-6. Southern States Bank kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, and we're going to see the Hanley Tiger offense, who's got to have a little bit of urgency here as their next offensive possession is going on.
they really have to have a very, very, very much sense of urgency here. I mean, this Volunteer offense has really not been stopped very much this game, and you have to put points on the board right here for sure.
So Kanan Kyles has got E.J. Goss in the backfield with him. We've seen this tandem a lot tonight, and that's what we're going to keep seeing because that's the two guys they lean on this offense. Here we go. Kyles going to give it off to Goss. Goss comes out of the backfield hot, and a good run there by E.J. Goss to start off the drive, and that's going to be about a 6-yard gain.
6-yard gain right there. I'll tell you what, Leroy Cheeks was down there. Look how fast he gets to the ball right here. That's actually impressive right there.
Great play there all around from both teams to hold Goss, because Goss just shot out of a cannon out of the backfield. And like I said, he guys got very, very quick, and he will beat you if you let him get into open space. Kyles gives it to Goss. Goss bounces it outside, and the Volunteer defense is all over that play as well.
Just swarming right here, just absolutely swarming. That was number 5, Damari Whetstone, that brings him down right there. I think he might have picked up one right there.
So it's going to be another 3rd down for this Hanley Tiger offense. I believe they're going to let Kyle use his arm here on this play because it's 3rd down and about 1. We could see another give to Goss. But the last time they got in this situation, Goss was stopped in the backfield.
I think you go back to a pass game, because I mean I think Kyle is like 2 for 3 or something tonight in the passing game.
And Goss, he's going to get hit, and I believe he's just going to get it.
It's going to be close. It really is. I think he may have just picked up enough right here. It depends on the spot.
I think he got it. I think he just got over that marker.
He might have got it right there on that last little effort he had. And are they going to measure it again? There might have been timeout.
So they're going to take an official's timeout, and I believe he did get it. So he did indeed get the first down marker. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more for your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
Spend your weekend at the 18th Annual Barber Vintage Festival, presented by BMW Motorrad. Thrilling stunt shows, food trucks, beer gardens, live music, and a kids zone brings the fun for everyone. Get your tickets now.
Hello, I'm John Garlick, and I'm running for probate judge here in Calhoun County, and I'm asking for your vote. From accounting and finance to law enforcement and mental health, my education, training, and experience make me uniquely qualified to be your probate judge. Now, I've sworn an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the great state of Alabama, and I look forward to taking that oath again as your next probate judge. I'm John Garlick, and I'm asking for your vote.
When I was a child, my parents couldn't afford braces. My grandparents paid for them, and it changed my life. It's why I'm an orthodontist today. Hi, I'm Dr. John Phillips, and at PT Orthodontics, we want to make braces and Invisalign easy and affordable for everybody. That's why we offer no down payment and affordable monthly payments to give you the smile you'd like to have. And with offices in Oxford and Gadsden, we're your neighborhood orthodontists. Give us a call.
Spend your weekend at the 18th Annual Barber Vintage Festival, presented by BMW Motorrad. Thrilling stunt shows, food trucks, beer gardens, live music, and a kids zone brings the fun for everyone. Get your tickets now.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. Hanley Tigers get a crucial 3rd down and 1 to keep this drive going. Cannon Kyles fakes the flip to Goss. He's going to fire it across the middle, and that class is going to be caught by DeQuavion Slaughter. Makes up for the drop he had earlier.
Really, really good pass right there by Kyles. I mean, little play action, but that was just a look at spiral on that. Beautiful.
A dart thrown over the middle to Slaughter, and a good catch there by Slaughter as well. A diving catch for a good play, and that's going to be enough to move the chains again for the Hanley Tigers.
And I think you let Kyles pass the ball more. I mean, the running game is kind of getting shut down, and Kyles has done a really good job of making plays in the passing game.
He has indeed. Going to be a give to E.J. Goss. Goss going to try to bounce it outside. He's going to go nowhere. That tackle on the play by Damari Whetstone.
Tell you what, Damari's just been everywhere on this field tonight, especially in the run game. I mean, he read that play perfectly and brings him down. I mean, Goss may have got a yard right there.
E.J. Goss, such a good running back for this Hanley Tigers, has really been contained so far tonight by this Central Clay defense. And when Kyles has passed the ball, he's had open receivers. So I could see Coach Strain wanting to do that more here on this drive specifically, right before the half.
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, seriously, I mean, I think he's done a really good job in the passing game.
So here we go. Kyle's going to keep it himself, and he's going to make something out of nothing. He's going to bounce this out, and he's going to get a gain of about 4 yards.
Good play call right there. And Kyle's, I mean, he somehow made a play out of nothing right there. I mean, it looked like he was going to be hit in the backfield, and he somehow juked some defenders, breaks some tackles, and gains about 4 or 5 right there.
So Cannon Kyles managed to make something out of nothing, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and manageable for the Hanley Tigers. Going to see if this Hanley Tiger offense decides to open up the passing game here again on 3rd down. I think this is a must-pass situation here, as Goss has been handled all night in the backfield.
He really has been. He's been making huge plays passing the ball.
And no, they are indeed going to give it off to E.J. Goss. And E.J. Goss, I believe, is just going to be short of that 1st down marker.
He's going to get probably, it's going to be close. But, I mean, is this 4 down territory right here?
This is 4 down territory if you're the Hanley Tigers.
I mean, we have to have a sense of urgency here. And if I were Coach Strain, I'd go for this right here.
And I think he's going to 4th down and very short for the Hanley Tigers.
I mean, this may be 4th in inches or a yard. Interesting to have him in shotgun.
Kyles, he's going to flick it over the middle of the field, and a great catch there by the Hanley Tigers. Number 5, Amajay Williams on the catch. That is a big play.
Really big play. I mean, it looked like right there, like Kyles just had nothing going for him. I mean, he had 3 Volunteers chased him right there. Off his back foot, throws an absolute laser right there to Amaje Williams.
Great pass there by Kyles to Amaje Williams. And number 17, Taylor Boyd, was all over him there. It's just a better catch, and Williams just won that battle.
He did. I mean, and like I was saying, Coach Strain needs to put more passing games into this, because so far, Kyles is just making it rain out here.
So now we're going to be lined up in the I formation as E.J. Goss was lined up in the fullback as the fullback, and number 7, Jamarcus Daniel was your tailback. So I believe there's going to be a timeout on the play by Hanley.
I think Coach Strain called the timeout right there. A little miscommunication. They just like they really wasn't set yet. But like I was saying, I mean, you got to think, this Volunteer crowd, I'm sure they are loud and proud here tonight.
They are indeed, and it's very, very due, I would say, because this is a game that they needed the crowd to show up. And they show up and they support. So now, here we go. Central Clay's heading back out on the field along with the Hanley Tigers.
And people that say that crowds really don't have an impact on the game right in my opinion.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, and that's what they call it, the third man. That's it. That is it.
I mean, you got to think, you get out there, I mean, like Jordan Hare, I'm going to use an example. That's a tough place to play just because of the crowd.
I agree with you 100%, Jackson. So E.J. Goss is going to be your fullback, and it's going to be a pitch. No, it's a fake. Kyle's going to have to make something out of nothing. He's going to fire it down the field and throw a high ball up in the end zone, and that pass is going to be knocked away by number 10, J.T. Wilkerson.
Tell you what, though, that was a really good pass right there by Kyles. I mean, he gave his receiver a chance to make that play right there.
J.T. Wilkerson had very, very good coverage there for the Volunteers as Kyles looked to throw it down the field, try to maybe take a big strike there to get them into the end zone before the half.
And there's a flag on the play.
There was a flag on the play.
Well, it's going to back Hanley up. And it indeed is.
So it is going to be a penalty on Hanley, and I believe that's going to be a false start or holding. Nope, an eligible receiver down the field for Hanley. So that's going to back him up. That's going to wipe that play out. So first down and long for Hanley. Kyles looking to throw it. It's going to be a screen. No, it's picked off. The Volunteers have picked it off. What a play by this Volunteer defense, and it's going the other way. Number 55, Trendon Glenn, intercepts the screen pass from Cannon Kyles.
Beautiful, beautiful read right there by number 55, Trendon Glenn. I mean, you can't get better than that. That screen pass was just underthrown, and he just read that absolutely perfect.
Applebee's red zone for the Volunteers. Trendon Glenn with an interception. It's rare to see the big man get an interception, and he does here. That's a play he will remember for a long, long time.
I tell you what, though, and also this gives the Volunteers amazing field position right here. If they can punch this within the end zone right here, I mean, this game's not over at all, but I mean, Hanley's really not been able to respond.
Coach Horn is trying to get his guys to the line, and he does, and he's going to flip it out to Boyd. Boyd is going to have some space on the outside. Boyd looking to get in the end zone. He's going to be gobbled up by Hanley, and look at that play call there by Coach Horn, getting his guys on the field and snapping the football.
Really good play call right there. I like it. Hurry up offense. I don't really even think Hanley was ready or set at all.
No, they still had guys running on the field.
Yeah.
And great call there for the Clay Central Volunteers. Here's Harris in the wishbone.
And I don't think they've really ran hardly any plays outside of the wishbone here tonight.
I don't believe so either. They had that one drive where they were in the gun for just a little bit, but then they always go back to the bread and butter. Kevin Cherry and LaDamian Boyd in the backfield. It's going to be a give to Boyd. Boyd's going to bounce it up the middle on the Hanley defense in front. Great stop there. And I believe that might be a penalty flag. And no, they did not call it. Okay. Woo.
Yeah.
Very close.
I was finna say, I think Hanley dodged a bullet right there. Amaje Williams threw LaDamian Boyd right down after the play.
He didn't throw him down hard, but you know how that goes. Yeah, I figured that. I could have swore that was going to be a penalty flag, but it was not.
Oh, it might have been.
Maybe. Did we call it? Nah. No. He
Oh.
did not. Did not. LaDamian Boyd gobbled up in the backfield, though, on just another handoff for Boyd.
And that's going to bring up 4th down. Or I could be wrong. Could just be 3rd.
So here we go. 3rd down and 6 to go for the Volunteers. 50 seconds to go here before halftime. This is big for the Handley defense. They need to only let up 3 points.
I'll tell you what, Coach Train and the Tigers will take 3 all day over 7.
Absolutely. Wishbone formation. Harris, he pitches it out to Boyd. Boyd hurdles a defender, and he is going to be stopped just short. So 4th down with about 26 seconds.
I'll tell you what, I mean, that's really good goal line stand right there by the Tigers, because, I mean, that could have been way worse.
Number 5, Amaje Williams on the stop. So they call a timeout with 19 seconds to go here as a Handley defender is down on the field.
Can't really see the number.
It looks to be number 3, I want to say. Nehemiah Askew is down on the ground for the Handley Tigers, one of their stud defensive stars for this Handley defense.
Something you definitely do not want to see if you're the Tigers.
Not in this ball game. No, you do not. Not in this big of a ball game.
You get a stop. There's 19.3 seconds left to go. I mean, this is not what you need at all.
But it does stop the clock for the Volunteers, so they can draw up a play if they want to, or they can kick the field goal with Aiden Young. I'm not sure what Coach Horn's got up his sleeve, but I'm sure he's got something up it.
I think they're going to go for it, but I think you would take the points here. I think they are going to take the points here. I think that's the right decision.
I believe so as well. Aiden Young, very solid kicker for the Volunteers. 19 seconds to go as Aiden Young is looking to put the Volunteers up 24-6 heading into halftime. Clock is moving, so there was not a timeout called.
I think you would just try to run the clock down as much as you can right here.
There's one. Both teams still have one timeout left. High snap, and Young's kick is up, and it is a very wobbly one, but I believe he did make it. And Aiden Young barely made that, as it was a high snap, and it does drill it. And 24-6 is your score here right before the half. 1.9 seconds to go until the half. And Jackson, what did you see in the first half?
I seen the Volunteer defense making plays. That's what I seen. I mean, just making plays. The interception, the fumble. I mean, they took advantage of all those mistakes that they made, and that's what you're seeing, 24-6. And I mean, so far, this Volunteer defense and offense and special teams, they had a kick return. They're just clicking on all cylinders.
And I tell you what I seen a Handley offense that I don't want to say they relied too much on the run, but I feel like they had a lot of success on the pass to not do it.
I tell you what, Kyle's is an absolute cannon on him. I think Strain needs to open the offense up a little more and let him throw the ball a little more. I'm not no coach, but I mean, so far, the run game's been shut down a little bit, but the passing game has been open the whole game so far.
So your Southern States Bank kickoff here right before halftime. I believe this is probably going to be a squib kick from Aiden Young. You don't want to have a return here. If you're Clay Central, if you're Handley, you would love it. And it is indeed a squib kick. It is going to bounce right into a Handley Tiger defender's hands, and he is going to get leveled right at about the 45-yard line, and that's going to send us into the half. The Clay Central Volunteers have really owned this game here in the first half, but we still got a second half of action. Can Coach Larry Strain fire his guys up and turn these guys around here in the second half? And if you're Coach Danny Horn, you got to be pleased. You got to be pleased with how your guys are playing.
I'll tell you what, Danny Horn is never pleased. He wants more. He wants more, I'll tell you that right now.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about just what we've seen in the first half. We got to discuss it a little bit, but what I seen was a very, very good offense made by Coach Danny Horn to really control the game at his pace and not anybody else's.
100%. And also another thing is, after the 2 high snaps, they never went shotgun again. The whole rest of the time, I noticed that. They went under center every time in the wishbone formation. And, hey, props to them, because if it's not broke, don't fix it.
All right, we got a coach on the sidelines with Shasta. We're going to throw it to her with a quick interview.
Hey, guys, I am here with Coach Horn with the Volunteers. Coach Horn, how are you feeling right now?
Well, I think we've done a pretty good job. We need to be able to run the ball a little bit more and a little bit better. And that quarterback's made some really good plays. We got pressure on him, but he's a really good athlete, and they're really a great team. And we're gonna have to play better than that in the second half.
Now, how about number 2? Is it Cherry and number 15 Boyd? I believe they look phenomenal. If I've got the right.
Well,
name.
they're good players, and I'm glad they're on my team.
Couple touchdowns.
Well, maybe they can score some more this half, but it's Hanley's a good team.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much, and we'll see you next half. We're gonna throw it back to you, unless if you can go straight to me. I've got Cam Peoples with me, so if it's cool, can we follow it right here? Hey, I have Cam Peoples here originally from here, right?
Yes, Clay Central Vol, Lima, born and raised.
And then you played for Appalachian State and signed with the Carolina Panthers?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
So tell me, what was it like playing here, and what was some of the best play, the most memorable for you that you did here?
Playing here was amazing. I got to grow up here, play with my friends, and to me, it was just a game. I just played for the love of it. And, some of my most memorable games to date still are on this field. I remember playing Benjamin Russell and tearing my jersey off and having to switch to another jersey and run a whole drive and, put us in position to win. Beating the state championships in 2018, Beauregard here on this field, winning region championships. It's just the memories I made with my friends, and, that's the things that I cherish the most.
And I tell you what, so for all the young people in high school still out there playing, what were some of the things that were instilled in you that you learned here that have carried you through Appalachian State and through the Panthers?
That I just had to work hard. That I come from a small town, and a lot of schools in Alabama are slept on. So the kids, if any of y'all see this, y'all gotta put in extra work. We slept on. So for me, it's just I gotta figure out what it is and what it takes to get to college, and that was my goal. Whatever I had to do, whether that was extra workouts, eating healthy, staying in class, being a good student, because that takes you a long way. People love good character, and I try to be that. So to all you young kids, just chase your dreams. Don't give up. Never stop. Never let anybody tell you that you can't do anything.
And what can we expect to see next out of Cam?
Well, hopefully you'll see me in the NFL, another team soon, and just keep a lookout on my YouTube channel, Young Camo, and I'll be around.
All right, well, we thank you so much, Cam, for taking the time tonight, and good luck with everything in the future.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to throw it back to you in the studio.
Some great interviews on the sidelines there with Shasta, Coach Danny Horn, Cameron Peoples. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have some scores. We'll have a little bit of updating here at halftime. We'll be back in just a moment with your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We're on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. Stop being just another number at the big bank and start being a neighbor at Southern States Bank. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
There's a special place where overtime gives way to family time, where fast pace becomes a little slower lifestyle. At Campers Unlimited, we can help get you there, where your lake house, beach house, or tailgate headquarters can have the same address. We carry the top brands in America like Grand Design and Forest River. With a large selection, we're sure to have a floor plan that fits your needs. So when you're ready to disconnect in order to reconnect, take the easy drive to Campers Unlimited on Interstate 59 in Gadsden or shop us online at campersunlimited.net.
Serving Calhoun County in the state of Alabama since 1994, offering some of the most competitive interest rates in the mortgage industry, along with a wide variety of mortgage products. We are with you throughout the home buying process, offering you service before and after the close. Fast, reliable, local. Visit us today or apply online at our website, jacksonmortgageco.com.
And you remember, if you need a home loan, call my dad.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. The Central Clay Volunteers 24-6 over the Handley Tigers and Jackson. I got to hear a little bit of that interview with Coach Danny Horn, and Coach Horn could only do nothing but compliment how good the Handley Tigers are. And he said to himself and to Shasta, he said, it is a very good team that we're playing out here tonight. Pretty much what he said, not exactly, but he said this is a very good team we're playing out here tonight. And he complimented how good his team played, but he said they needed to be better in the second half.
Like I was saying before, Danny Horn's never satisfied with his play. I mean, he's the GOAT. He's not the GOAT for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he's a very good coach, and you see it from every team he's got. He always brings his guys ready to play in the big game. And then we had an interview with one of the guys that made some of the big games, and that was Cameron Peoples, who we've seen many, many, many times run the football for Coach Danny Horn. And I got the personal ability to watch him, and he was a very good tailback. Good to see Cameron Peoples on the sidelines for the Volunteers tonight. So the second half, if there's a key that I've got, a key for the second half is the Handley Tigers have got to pass the football.
I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, the run game has been shut down. That may be your bread and butter, but so far, the run game has basically been shut down. But you know what has been a really bright spot for the Handley Tigers? Passing the football.
And it has been. And Cameron Kyles, we heard Coach Horn say it. Cameron Kyles has been very good. Has been very good tonight. He has thrown the ball very, very well. And I will tell you this, that's what they're going to have to do here in the second half of this game.
For sure. I mean, think about him as, besides the little miss kind of snap fumble they had, where there was a read option, didn't know which one was going to take it or not, he's basically been perfect the whole game.
He has been, and they really need to get E.J. Goss going as well. If they want to be successful in the second half, E.J. Goss needs to be a part of that. So I got some scores for you here. Cleveland County is ahead of Munford 14-7 at the half. Jacksonville is ahead of Talladega 37-0 at the half. Ohatchee Piedmont 14-14 at the half. Very good ball game there. Victory Christian 14-7 over Donahoe at the half. Southside is ahead of St. Clair County 21-7 at the half. Springville 35-7 over Alexandria in the first quarter. I don't know if that score has been updated or not. I do not have a score update on Pleasant Valley and Cleveland. And Oxford is ahead of Pinson Valley 12-6 at Pinson Valley. 14-0 Pleasant Valley over Cleveland at the moment. Plainview is ahead of Glencoe 13-0 at the half. Randolph County 26-9 over Weaver at the moment. 14-0 Hewitt-Trussville over Hoover. Gadsden City is trailing Hartselle 17-14. That's a big ball game there. Childersburg is ahead of Sachs 12-11 at the half. That's a weird score you don't ever that you don't see much. Spring Garden is ahead of Winterboro 7-6. At the beginning of the first quarter. I don't know if that's been updated or not. Dadeville is ahead of Welborn 6-0 at the half. Very low scoring game there. Hoax Bluff is beating Westbrook Christian 27-7 at the half. Expect Westbrook Christian to hopefully turn it around there in the second half. Clay Chalkville is ahead 25-0. Ranburn Woodland 21-0 And like I said here, 24-6, the Clay Central Volunteers are ahead of the Handley Tigers so far. And I got a few reads for you guys here. And our first one is Southern States Bank. At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. Locations in Anniston and Sylacauga. Let us be there for you, member FDIC. Team One Chevrolet of Gadsden, home of the best people, the best service, period. Visit Team One Chevrolet in Gadsden, Alabama. Freestyle Graphics. Special thanks to Freestyle Graphics who made our crew shirts for this season. For all of your graphics needs, whether apparel, promotional items, signs, and banners, or novelty items, visit freestylegraphics.espwebsite.com. And Applebee's of Oxford. Special thanks to Applebee's in Oxford for fueling our crew tonight with some great food here at the station. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more halftime scores and whatnot here on your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
I'm Dudley Miller, my wife Val, and this is the staff at Cremation Services. Together, we have over 100 years experience in funeral service. To me, career longevity is an indication of a person's ability to extend grace and compassion and deal with the family in an honest, trustworthy, and decent manner. We ask that you consider us at Cremation Services of East Alabama in your time of loss.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We're on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. Stop being just another number at the big bank and start being a neighbor at Southern States Bank. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. We are back here in Lineville, Alabama, as the Central Clay Volunteers have really took it to the Handley Tigers here in the first half. And Jackson, I can't stress enough about this Handley offense has got to figure something out. They've got to move the ball.
They 100% have to move the ball. And Clay Central is going to get the ball to start the second half. I just now realized that. And they got to get a stop if they want to get back into this ball game.
And if you're Clay Central, you just keep doing what you're doing, because they are looking very good on offense with this wishbone style, old school throwback offense that Danny Horn's got them running.
I think another reason they're in wishbone too right now is because we don't really know what the snapping situation is. The last time they went in shotgun, they had two back-to-back really high snaps, two fumbles. One was called back by a timeout, and then they did it right again. And that was the drive that Handley drove down the field and scored their touchdown.
Yes, and let's just say Coach Horn got lucky on the first one. It was destiny that Handley was getting that football, because it's rare you see two miscues on a snap on back-to-back plays, and you get lucky on the first one. You should have known the second one wasn't going to be the same way.
Just unfortunate. And the thing about this is this game is a lot closer than the score tells. If you think about it, you take a couple key plays away, I mean, it's close to a tie game.
Well, you know, that fumble really didn't hurt Clay Central because they returned the next kickoff. So I'm not going to say it just hurt them. I mean, you would have liked to drive down the field and score there too. The game could be a lot farther stretched if you're Hanley if that happens, but they took advantage over the mistake, and they took advantage of it and went down and scored a touchdown. But they've got to figure out a way to stop this wishbone offense from Clay Central.
I mean, for sure. And the thing about it is, you take that kick return away, we're talking about a 17-6 game. I mean, you're talking a very, very closer game than it is now. But I don't know. Hanley's got to come out. They got to get stopped, and they got to drive the ball down and score.
You're 100% correct, Jackson. And we're getting a look at this volunteer band, who I think has always put on a good show. From all the times that I've watched them when I was in high school, they've always put on a good show at the half.
They have a lot of kids in this school, especially in the band.
So a few more score updates. Coosa Christian, very good football team, is winning 28-0 over Valley Head. Andalusia 35-6 over Montgomery Academy. Decatur Heritage is up 7-0 at the half over Cedar Bluff. West End is taking it to Gaston 41-0. And that might be about everything I have. Moody is up 7-3 at the half. Cherokee County is ahead of Hanceville 28-0. Jacob Cornejo obviously playing a big part of that game, as he's one of the best running backs we've seen. Wadley and Raglan was a game that was very intriguing when I seen it on the sheet for the pregame show. And Raglan, a very good physical ball team, going up against Wadley, who has been one of the big surprise teams in the area, and they have looked very good, and they're up 14-0. Etowah and Good Hope in a very good ball game, 21-21, as Appalachian and Galesville do not have a score for that yet. And last night we seen B.B. Comer take down Vincent 36-0. Head coach Adam Fawcett had a great interview on the pregame show. Really need to go watch that interview with Coach Adam Fawcett, because it was a great interview, and he looked very good at that. And he also looked very good coaching that football team last night, because they looked good.
Tell you what, B.B. Comer is a scary team this year. I mean, they really are.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more, and we should be ready for the second half of your Southern States Bank WEAC TV24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank.
I want to introduce to you Oxford Lumber's 2023 All-American team.
Michael B., Power Tools.
Shaw, Outdoor Power Equipment.
Danny Jones, Store Manager.
Rich, Grills and Receiving.
My name is Derek Linkle, your steel technician here at Oxford Lumber.
David, Paint Department.
Greg Couch, Paint Department. Come see our All-Americans at Oxford Lumber and let us get you what you need for your next building project.
Crawford Office Supply, we have everything you've been looking for. From desks and chairs all the way down to janitorial, break room, and school supplies, we have it all. We even do printing, and we offer free delivery for businesses in Calhoun County. And great news, we're running a brand new deal on scratch and dent furniture. We're a local family-owned business, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 4:30 and Friday from 8 to 3. So please come and see us here at Crawford Office Supply so we can make all your office dreams come true.
Hello, my name is John Pirani, co-founder of Man Up Gadsden. It's that time of year again for Casting for Cancer. As you know, it's become one of the largest charity bass tournaments in the state of Alabama. But this year is going to be unique. We're offering free prostate cancer screening with a simple blood test for all men over age 40. So if you can't be there on Saturday, September 2nd at Coosa Landing as an angler, we'd love to have you as a spectator.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. A great night for football, a great weekend for football, as there's a lot of great action going on tonight, this weekend, this Sunday. So much great football going on, and it's the best time of the year, Jackson.
It really is. I mean, you got football Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night,
Monday night,
and
then Thursday night. I mean, it's just a great time of the year. So many things are going on here across the world. It's great. It's great time. But we're getting ready for our football game we have here tonight in Lineville, Alabama, as the Central Clay Volunteers are ahead of the Handley Tigers 24-6, and we are 20 seconds away from the second half of action. Jackson, second half keys, what are you looking for?
Well, from the Volunteers, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, the only mistake they've made are the high snaps, and other than that, they've played a perfect game.
High snaps, and they didn't go back to those high snaps because they didn't come out from under center the whole rest of the second quarter.
Which I think is a smart decision. I mean, it takes away the danger of it having a high snap.
So now, keys for Handley.
Pass the football.
Pass the football indeed, because they have had so much success throwing the football, and Coach Strain has been trying to get E.J. Goss going, and E.J. Goss has yet to get going. And I don't know if that's more so this Central Clay defensive front, but we're going to see here in just a few minutes what this Handley offense and Handley defense has got for the second half, because they've got to figure out a way to slow down Central Clay while getting some points on the board, and that's a very tough task to do against this team.
It really is. I mean, and you got to think also, they're going to get the ball back. Handley Tigers, they have to get a stop here if they want to even have a chance of staying in this football game.
And by no means am I going to say the game's over if they don't, but it's going to be very tough to come back being down 31-6. Let's just say Young makes the PAT and it's 31-6. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough to come back from that.
Especially on this very good Volunteer defense.
So they added 2 minutes on the clock here before halftime. So we're going to actually take another break here. And when we come back, we should be ready for second half action in your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We're on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. Stop being just another number at the big bank and start being a neighbor at Southern States Bank. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
I am a dreamer who will make a difference in this world.
I'm flying to a future of great promise and change.
I am a mentor committed to helping my students transform their lives.
I'm a hard worker striving to build a better Alabama.
I am a go-getter with ambition and drive.
I am a Gadsden State Cardinal.
Watch me.
Watch me.
Watch me fly.
When the ASAP Prevenger is near, drugs run in fear.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. We are ready for second half action here in Lineville, Alabama. The Southern States Bank kickoff to start the second half. These Central Clay Volunteers will receive it, and the Handley Tigers are going to be kicking it deep here to the Volunteers. Kevin Cherry's already returned one kickoff tonight, finds a little bit of a gap, gets hit pretty hard there at about the 35-yard line.
Tell you what though, this Handley defense, they've got time to recover. They got to come out and they got to hit them in the mouth early, and they got to get a stop here.
But you know Coach Larry Strain's halftime speech had to have been a tough one to hear if you're this Handley team, because you know he's not happy with how his guys played.
Not at all. I mean, urgency has to start setting in pretty quick for the Handley Tigers.
So here we go. The Clay Central Volunteers. Darren Harris going to be in the shotgun, and it's snapped high again, and that is going to be gobbled up in the backfield. But Damian Boyd goes nowhere, and Coach Horn is got to be furious.
I tell you what, LeBron McKinney, he has to get these snaps down. He has to get them down.
And he is just snapping it, and that was almost bad. Credit Darren Harris there to catch that pass. And LaDamian Boyd just gets gobbled up in the backfield, and he is getting picked up by the Handley defense.
And I don't really know if they're going back in shotgun.
They're going back for it again. He's going to tell him he's going to fix it, and that's going to be
an
offsides on Handley. So that's going to give those yards they lost right back.
Tell you what, I don't know if I'd go back to the shotgun.
Coach Horn pretty much telling him you need to fix it because we're going to go back to it again. And third down.
I doubt they go to shotgun here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to go back to the shotgun formation. LaDamian Boyd in the backfield with Harris. And it's going to be a direct snap to Boyd instead of Harris. Boyd's going to bounce this in. He's got a bit of a gap. LaDamian Boyd is going up the field. Great run by LaDamian Boyd for a first down.
Beautiful run right there.
And he's hurt. And we got a little bit of action on the field between the Tigers, and there's some pushing and shoving going around. There's some punches thrown. What a scene of events here for the Volunteers.
God, come on, Zaylen.
The camera crew got all of that, as now there's going to be some penalty flags there and probably some people taken out of the game.
Yeah, that's going to be number 77, Zaylen Stroud, right there, that just unleashed a three-piece in a soda right there on a Handley player.
A three-piece in a soda. You heard it here from Jackson New, folks. What a call there. But let's look at this run by LaDamian Boyd. Talk about something good. As you see, rolled that ankle up, and Boyd is hurt. And you see Stroud there just fighting through the play, and a little bit of jawing, a little bit of pushing, and there it was right there. That second push there from the Handley defensive lineman, number 77, Ladarius Johnson. Both 77s, by the way. Crazy there. And
the thing about it is I was just texting Zaylen before the game.
Oh, and they ejected both players, I believe. I believe if they ejected one, they ejected the other because there was both punches thrown on both sides. So that could be a key impact in this game.
Those are both starters, and Ladarius Johnson, that's a huge loss, and so is Zaylen Stroud. Those guys are both huge additions to this big front.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Jackson. So both players are now ejected from the ball game, and you can tell there's so much high tensions in this game. Both of these teams want to win, and as you can see, big man for the Handley Tigers is now off the field, and he is a big guy on this defensive front for the Handley Tigers, and that's going to be a big loss, I believe.
That's a huge loss.
But it's also a huge loss for the Volunteers. Stroud, one of their big linemen, is now out of the game as well. So now you're playing underclassmen, or you're playing a guy that hasn't played that position. This is so big. This is a big part of the game.
It's going to be very interesting to see who they bring in here.
So now we're going to see what Coach Horn has got up his sleeve after all that chaos just happened on the field. I believe that is the first time I've ever seen that in my many years of calling football games. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
So here we go. Tensions are high here, folks, here in Lineville, as now the Volunteers are going to look to continue to drive down the field and see if they can add some more points to the board. So here we go, Darren Harris. He's going to be in the gun again. They haven't really went to the wishbone yet off this drive. Harris, he's got Boyd in the backfield. It's going to be a snap, another high snap to Harris. Harris finds a gap, and he comes through. A good run there by Darren Harris to get him about 5 yards, make it second down and manageable.
Actually, Dawson, I think that was LaDamian Boyd right there with the direct carry.
We're going to see right here on this replay. And it was indeed Boyd. You caught me on that. I seen Harris run in front of him. I thought he had the football. Good catch there, Jackson. As now it's going to be second down and 5 off the LaDamian Boyd carry. As you've seen, he comes back in after it looked like he hobbled off the field there with a little ankle injury after the tackle, but he's back on the field okay.
And I'll still yet to see who they brought in for Zaylen Stroud yet. I can't really see the number.
I'm sure we'll figure that out here in just a few moments. As Darren Harris, he will indeed get snapped this time, and he will keep it himself. He's going to try to go right up the gut. And the Handley Tigers will bring down Darren Harris after a very short game.
And I think it's number 7, Noah Peterson, that they brought in. And I think that he is a sophomore.
So indeed, a underclassman is brought in for Stroud. So that could be a crucial part of this offensive line for the Volunteers. As you know, they love to run the football, and you know they pride this offensive line, who is a very good offensive line at that. Harris. He's going to call an audible up the line, and he's going to move Boyd beside him in the gun. Harris, another high snap. He's looking to throw it. Pass is tipped and incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down, and the Handley Tigers have finally got that 4th down they've been looking for, but can they get the stop?
The Volunteers are going to have to do something about these high snaps, because it's really it's breaking up plays. I mean, the high snap, Darren Harris has to catch it, and he has maybe 2.2 seconds to get that ball out.
Okay, so Coach Horn put my foot in my mouth because I said, can they get the stop? But they're just going to punt it. I thought they might go for it. But 4th down, they're going to punt it away to the Handley Tigers. It looks like number 6, Kadarius Lee, is back there to return. Lee, and it's going to be kicked all the way on the other side. And it could be a good punt there by the Volunteers. And that's going to set up Handley on about the 16-yard line.
And I like that. I like the decision to punt it right there. I mean, that was just a really rough job by the Volunteers. You get your starting guard throughout the game and just kind of get this drive and restart on the next one.
So here we go with this Handley Tiger offense as they are looking to try to get something going. Cannon Kyles and E.J. Goss in the backfield. Kyle's going to put a man in motion, going to give to Goss. Goss is gobbled up after maybe about a 1-yard gain.
I mean, once again, of course, you're not supposed to pass the ball on 1st down probably. But, I mean, like we've been saying, and Goss is limping right now, so that's also not a good thing at all.
E.J. Goss has been a workhorse. I don't think they have had another running back in the game besides E.J. Goss. So he looks like he is in a little bit of pain here as they're going to open it up. I have 5 wide receivers on the field. Cannon Kyles looking to throw it. Kyles, very good protection here by the Handley offensive line, and a good run there by Cannon Kyles. Going to make it down to 3rd down and manageable.
See, I like this formation. I like this play call. The thing about it is, if there's no one open, Kyles is very versatile. He can get out of the pocket and make some plays.
He is indeed, and he has been a very, very good dual threat, as we've seen in this game and all season. So 3rd down and manageable here for the Handley Tigers. Once again, empty backfield for Cannon Kyles. He may keep this again here on 3rd down and short, and he indeed does. Kyle's going to break this off, and going to be a very good run for a 1st down for the Handley Tigers.
I'll tell you what, so far I really like this way they're coming out in the 2nd half. I like the way they're approaching this offense. And right now, this Handley front is just doing works.
And a very good block there by Walker Carden on that play, as he was a pulling guard there, and he really set that play up to happen.
And you also got to understand, not only did Volunteers lose their starting guard, Handley Tigers lost their starting tackle.
So now it's a game of whose offensive line can perform better with an underclassman. Whose underclassman is going to be better, because you know both of these coaches have been in this game for a long time, and they're going to push your weaknesses, and they're going to really attack those here in this 2nd half. Kyles, he's going to keep it himself. He's looking to throw it, getting pressured hard, fired across the middle of the field, and that pass is caught by number 5, Ahmad J. Williams.
I'll tell you what, right now, Kyles has an absolute cannon, and he knows how to get the ball where he wants to get to the ball.
And look at that. Look, great pass, a great catch by Ahmad J. Williams there, and it was very good coverage on the play there by number 17, Taylor Boyd, which has happened to him twice tonight. Just diving catches, and he's been all over it. Just good, just better catches.
I mean, Amaje Wilson, he's definitely been the number one receiver here tonight. Now, yes, Strain was watching us during halftime because so far he's just been passing the ball, which I think is the right call.
And they have empty backfield again. Kyles, he's going to keep it himself. Stiff arm man to the ground, and he may get a yard, if that. But it was good stiff arm there by Cannon Kyles.
Really good stiff arm. And Taylor Boyd, even though he got stiff armed, I still think he made that tackle right there.
Let's look at it again. Right there, great stiff arm there, but it is enough to force Kyles to the ground. So 3rd down for the Handley Tigers.
I think you go back to the pass, and I think you look for Amaje.
Amaje Williams has been his favorite target so far here. E.J. Goss in the backfield. Kyle's looking to throw it. It's going to be a screen pass over the middle to E.J. Goss. E.J. Goss breaks a tackle, and he's going down. Very hard hit there at the end by number 17, Taylor Boyd.
Tell you what, that was a very, very risky play call because you got to understand in the back of your mind, all you're thinking is the last time we run this play, Trenton Glenn breaks in front of it, intercepts it, runs it back.
The big man, Trenton Glenn, did indeed intercept the last screen pass that was thrown, but the Handley Tigers managed to get that off to E.J. Goss. And now we're going to see what Coach Strain has in mind here. 4th down, and they are indeed going to punt it. So Cannon Kyles is going to punt this off to number 3, Deshaun Gibbons. Almost blocked. As Deshaun Gibbons, he's going to muff it. Gibbons picks it up. No, it's still on the ground, and the Handley Tigers have now got it. No, they do not. The ball is still on the ground. I believe the Volunteers have the football, and they're fighting for it between each other. And now the Volunteers keep the ball. That was crucial. That was crucial.
Somehow, some way, the Handley Tigers do not come up with that football.
And it looked like number 3, Nehemiah Askew, was looking to take that ball and run with it, but he dropped the football. So now the Volunteers of Clay County will get it back, and a lot of field to work with.
I tell you what, in this second half, the Volunteers have had some miscues that have really cost them by not extending this lead more.
So Darren Harris in the backfield with LaDamian Boyd.
You can't have a bad snap here.
No, you snap it over the back of his head here, it's probably going out the back of the end zone.
Or worse, you can have it for 7.
And it's another high snap. LaDamian Webb's going to take this to the outside. Good run there by LaDamian Webb for about 7 yards.
What? That was number 77, Zaylen Stroud, right there. Is he back in the game?
So I'm assuming now that they ejected the Handley player for throwing the first punch. So that explains that. So now, good run there by LaDamian Webb. They were both number 77s was involved in the action, but as you see, it looks like only one guy was ejected, so LaDamian Boyd going to take it himself again. And another good run there for LaDamian Boyd. Going to be about a 4-yard gain.
Really good run right there. Really good blocking up front. Now that Zaylen Stroud's back in the game, this offensive line is clicking once again.
And you've seen him pull right there. Really get a good push there, right up the gut for LaDamian Boyd to get a very solid gain on 2nd down.
Really was, and this is going to bring up 2nd down.
And this is the Danny Horn offense. They are going to chew this clock down. 1st down, ball snapped over his head, and LaDamian Webb jumps on it. That is the 5th time this has happened. Coach Horn is not happy. There's no way.
They're going to have to do something. I mean, also, Darren Harris was not ready for that football at all. I don't think so.
No, absolutely not. But let's look at this again.
And LaDamian Boyd just somehow comes in and scoops that thing up.
A few more seconds, and Trustin Phillips for this Handley offense, or Handley defense, was going to pick that ball up.
And you got to ask yourself, how long are they going to keep LeBron McKinney in there?
Here it comes. Kevin Cherry is now in the game, so it is going to go back to the wishbone. Yep, once I seen Kevin Cherry come in, they're going to move it back to the wishbone.
I think it's the right call. I mean, you cannot have another one of those.
Absolutely not.
I mean, they might run wishbone the rest of this football game.
So here we go. Coach Horn looking to probably change the play here as Darren Harris in the wishbone under center. Here it is. It's going to be a give off to his fullback. His fullback bounces it outside, and he is going to really go nowhere there as it looked to be number 49, Kobe Johnson.
Really good play call right there, but I mean, he really couldn't go anywhere, and that was just a beautiful, beautiful play right there, and that's going to be number 8, Jamarian Heath right there on the tackle.
So I don't know. Coach Horn's probably going to be content with punting this because it is first down at about 4.25 miles to get to that first down marker.
Yeah,
and right now they can't get a clean snap off to make a pass. So third down and forever for the Volunteers. And it looks like Handley's trying to stack the box to stop this wishbone. And the ball's fumbled on the ground by Darren Harris. Darren Harris is going to go nowhere.
I'll tell you what, these miscues for this Volunteer offense, they have to stop because, I mean, they could have the lead right now. This could be probably 35-6 if it wasn't for these miscues. And so far they have to cut it out because you know right now Danny Horn is absolutely livid.
And that drive was all pushed back due to another bad snap from the Volunteer offense.
I mean, just really rough right there, and it's just, I don't think we'll see another shotgun formation by the Volunteers here tonight.
So number 17, Taylor Boyd, this is another Swiss Army knife on the field because he's doing everything for the Central Clay Volunteers. He's going to punt this away to number 6, Kadarius Lee.
And you really need a good punt here because you're punting out of your own end zone.
Yeah, you can't have a bad snap here.
Not at all.
Like we just spoke about that. You cannot have a bad snap here.
And also, the kicker, Aiden Young, is also their long snapper. Just now noticed that.
So Kadarius Lee is back deep along with number 14, Montravius Black for the Handley Tigers. Good snap, good punt for the Handley Tigers. Well, I said it was a good punt. Off the foot, it looked good. And Montravius Black's going to return it. The ball's on the ground.
You cannot do that.
And I believe that's going to Clay Central. Yes, it indeed is. And it just keeps adding up. When it rains, it pours, folks. And that's what's happening to the Handley Tigers.
And that's going to be number 12, Denzel McNeil, that comes up with the ball right there. And I just don't get that. I don't know why you'd even try to pick that ball up and return it. You're going to get the ball at like the 20-yard line.
Like I said just a second ago, I thought it was a good punt off the foot, but it was not. And he just didn't have control of it from the start. And now the Volunteer offense will have 4 downs. 4 downs to work with running the wishbone because that's probably what Coach Horn's going to do on this drive. So here we go. Harris lined up in the wishbone. It's going to be a pitch out to Boyd. Boyd breaks a tackle. He makes another man miss, and he's going to be brought down by number 5, Amaje Williams.
So what Amaje Williams has been all over the ball on both sides of the ball here tonight, and I mean, I'm still a little shocked by Handley trying to pick that ball up on the 20-yard line and return it.
And 2 more broken tackles for LaDamian Boyd. I wish I could get a stat on how many tackles he has broken because he has broken a lot of tackles tonight.
He really has, and this wishbone formation is throwing this Handley Tigers defense off.
So here we go. 2nd down and short for the Central Clay Volunteers. Boyd, he's going to bounce this outside, and he's got space. That's going to be a horse collar tackle. So that's going to be, there's 4 penalty flags that were thrown on that play, and he is hurt.
That is not good for the Vols, absolutely not.
LaDamian Boyd is down.
You just got to hope that he's okay.
Oh,
that's rough.
Tough break there for LaDamian Boyd. And he is up, and he is moving around. Heck yeah. Good play there. LaDamian Boyd back on his feet. That's great to see him fire up the crowd there as well.
And you're going to get an extra 15 yards added to the end of that play.
So now the Volunteers were just content with running the football a few more times, but now they're over the 50-yard line.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I don't think we're going to see many passes at all. I mean,
no, I agree with you.
Unless it's like 3rd down and like 9 or 3rd down and 8. But other than that, I think
I don't even know it. I don't even know if they'll do that. And you know something about this Volunteers team. Their offensive line is big, but they're not the biggest team. They just do the little things right. And that's what Coach Horn has always strived on, is doing the little things. And that's what they do.
Very disciplined, very, very disciplined football team.
You notice there's not many mistakes on this football team. Kevin Cherry is going to take this handoff, and he's going to get about scratch that.
Damari
That's
Whetstone.
number 5, Damari Whetstone on the carry. I've been so used to seeing Kevin Cherry back there. Damari Whetstone gets a handoff, and I don't even know it.
Tell you what, I mean, the Vols just have so many weapons in their backfield. It's just really scary to see.
So now we are about to tick down under a minute to go in the third quarter. It feels like this third quarter has flown by, Jackson.
It really has, and I mean, I think the Vols just content with running this ball, running the clock, and just trying to do everything they can to just run as much clock off the
So
time
here we
as
go,
they can.
handoff to Kevin Cherry this time. He is gobbled up. And you can tell this offense kind of almost looks stymied without LaDamian Boyd.
I mean, it really does, but I mean, other than that, they have a lot of good playmakers. It won't be long, and you'll be seeing LaDamian Boyd back in there.
Yeah, I believe so myself. I believe they're going to check on him. They're going to check on him and make sure he's good to bring him back in the game. So here we go, 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And they may just run the clock out right here. Well, I think they may have to run a play.
Yeah, I believe so too. I believe they're just going to run another handoff right the gut, or to maybe try to get it outside. Cherry in the backfield in the wishbone.
Ball's on the ground,
and there goes Hanley. They have got the ball back, and that was Damari Whetstone. Ball went right through his hands and picked up by number 3, Nehemiah Askew.
And I think Damari thought it was going to be a handoff, and Darren Harris just kind of pitches it to him right there. But like I've been saying, miscues on this Volunteers offense has been the key for him. I mean, like I said, Clay Central is the only one keeping themselves by not extending this lead.
And it's very unlikely, or very un-Clay Central-like to see them make this many mistakes. And that pass is overthrown. Number 7, Jamarcus Daniel. Cannon Kyles overshoots his receiver, had him open. That's a rare miscue for Kyles.
And, I mean, that was kind of, you seen that coming. I mean, Kyles threw off his body right there, but, I mean, just a little bit high right there.
2 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And we'll see what Coach Strain's got dialed up here with 2 seconds. May see a run to Goss here just to go ahead and push it into the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you what, if the Hanley Tigers are still in this football game.
Here's Kyles. He's looking to throw it. Play action rollout. Kyles, he's going to flip it over the middle, and that pass is incomplete. And here we go. There's a penalty flag at the end of that. That, I believe, is going to be on the Volunteers.
It is.
As number 55 for the Volunteers, Trendon Glenn, and number 55 for the Tigers, Antonio Johnson, just fighting through blocks, and there at the end, little shove.
Tell you what, it's been number on number violence here tonight.
And that's going to be a personal foul on the Volunteers. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
And that's huge. I mean, that's huge for the Hanley Tigers. I mean, this drive has kind of fizzled out a little bit, but now you get a personal foul. You're up 15 yards on the field. You're past midfield.
So we are going to, that will send us into the fourth quarter of action. The Hanley Tigers have got to find a way to get in the end zone here. We'll take a break, and we'll come back. We'll have the final quarter of the WEAC TV24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
Hi, I'm Linda Johns. I had the privilege of serving as the director for United Cerebral Palsy for many years. This year, I have a new role as telethon co-chair with Ashley Stella Mitchell.
We are doing our best to bring our telethon back to pre-pandemic levels. Please join us on Saturday, September 30th at Oxford Civic Center.
Or watch the telethon on WOTM on TV 24.
Help us give the gift of hope to those who need it most.
And welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank. So here we go, folks. The Handley Tigers get a turnover turnover off the fumble by the Clay Central Volunteers. And there's a throw by Cannon Kyles. Got a man wide open and he just missed him. What a throw there from Cannon Kyles and just led Jamarcus Daniels too far.
God, beautiful throw right there. You just led him too far.
Look at this. The throw was there. And look at this. It almost looked like he broke. It looked like the receiver ran out just a little bit. If you would have kept going right at the football, I believe he could have made a diamond catch and caught it.
I'll tell you what, though. Kyles has an arm on him, boy. I mean, like I was saying, even off his body, outside of the pocket, he delivers an absolute laser to the end zone right there.
Great throw there by Cannon Kyles. Just a tough break there, and that ball's going to be given off to E.J. Goss. E.J. Goss going to get maybe about 4 yards on that play, and it looked like the tackle on the play was made by number 12, Denzel McNeil.
That was a really good play right there. Really good tackle right there by number 12, Denzel McNeil. I mean, beautiful right there. But I like that play call. I like that play call a lot more than just handing the ball right up the middle.
They look like they're trying to get E.J. Goss out in open space, which is what he's very good at. Very fast, very shifty. And he's been able to make stuff happen this season in open space.
I think you got to go back to the pass here.
And they indeed do. Cannon Kyles got a good pocket, clean pocket, and now he's pressured, and now he's sacked on the play by number 32, Aiden Stewart.
That was just a beautiful play right there. I mean, Kyles, the pocket collapsed on him. Stewart came off the outside and just met him right there in the backfield.
And it looked like E.J. Goss had the block there. Good move there by Aiden Stewart to get off the block and get in the backfield to sack Kyles.
I don't get you punting the ball here. I mean, I get it. There's 10 minutes left. But you got to understand, you're down by 2 touchdowns.
I agree.
I mean, it may be, it's fourth and probably 10-ish, but still, I don't think you punt the ball here.
But see, and that's a good punt by Cannon Kyles, and that rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So now Coach Horn's got the whole field to do what he wants with his offense. And if I had to take a guess, once again, not a gambling man, I've said it every week, but I believe he's probably going to hand this football off about 90% of this drive.
I don't think they'll pass it hardly at all. I don't think they'll go in the shotgun the rest of this game. I think that Danny Horn's going to try to just kind of run this game out and rely on his defense the rest of this football game.
24-6 is your score with 10:22 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Handley defense needs a 3 and out. They need it quick.
Like I was saying, I don't get the thing. I don't get it, you punting the ball, but I mean, that's just me. You're down 3 scores. The urgency kicked in at halftime. Now we're in the fourth quarter and the urgency still just really hasn't been there.
Here we go, and they're in shotgun. Good snap there, and Boyd is back in the ballgame. Boyd makes a man miss. Good move there by Boyd, and Boyd's got it in open space.
Goodbye.
And he's going to go all the way 20, 10, 5, touchdown Volunteers.
Nobody's catching the Damian Boyd out of space. I mean, I don't care if you're D1, D2, D3, D5. You're not catching the Damian Boyd out of space.
Team 1 Chevrolet touchdown for the Volunteers. And look at this. Here we go. There's one. And there's another. 2 broken tackles lead to a LaDamian Boyd touchdown. And now the pressure is just building and building. on this Handley offense.
I mean, in my opinion, that kind of solidified this game, to be honest with you. I mean, it's beginning to get close to out of reach. And you're talking now, pending this extra point, it's 31-6, 10 minutes left in the ball game. And Handley's just really not shown urgency to get the ball in the end zone this game, besides the one drive that the bad snap occurred on.
And it looked like number 4, DeQuavion Slaughter, was hurt for the Handley Tigers. One of the big receivers for the Tigers goes down, so that may put a little halt to some of their offensive plans on this next offensive drive.
100%. That'd be a big loss for the Handley Tigers.
So pending the PAT, score will be 31-6 if this PAT is made. And we're going to see if it is right here in just a second. Aiden Young will be your place kicker. Darren Harris going to hold. And Young's PAT attempt is up, and it is good. 31-6 is your score. The Volunteers strike again. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
Hi, I'm Cameron Minton with Minton Home Center. Minton Home Center has been in business for over 40 years. We are a true turnkey dealership. We can help you meet your needs from financing with zero down, selecting the right home for your family, and help with your land purchase. We have a full development crew that will complete all of your land preparation. We will make your home purchase experience fun and easy.
We are Caring Hands, providing quality in-home care. We help our patients with light housekeeping, planning meals, bathing, grooming. We offer companionship, reminders of medication, transportation, and errands. Please call us. Let our family take care of yours. Call Caring Hands at 256-281-3100.
Second Chance, serving Calhoun, Cleburne, Etowah, and Talladega counties. Second Chance provides safe shelter and supportive services for domestic and dating violence victims and offers educational outreach to residents of the communities served, empowering victims in their recovery and the public towards intervention in these crimes. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, please have them call and see if we can help. Thank you. Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank. We are back. The Central Clay Volunteers have took a 31-6 lead over the Handley Tigers. And Jackson, you believe this game is about spent. And I'm not one to say it until the fat lady sings, but I'm almost there with you.
I'll tell you what, I'm a fat man and I'm singing.
So Southern States Bank kickoff for the Volunteers. And they're going to be kicking it off. Looks to be like number 7, Lamarcus Daniel back there. And that was a really bad kick for the Volunteers, and that's going to be a penalty flag. And that's going to give Handley some good field position.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta. If you want to even think about getting back in this game, you gotta strike. And you gotta strike fast.
So here he is, Kanan Kyles, E.J. Goss in the backfield. Goss beside Kyles, as I believe they're probably going to start passing the football a little bit more here with 10-6 to go. No, it's going to be a give to E.J. Goss. E.J. Goss going to find some space, and a good run there by E.J. Goss. Really the first time he's had a hole tonight.
I think that's probably his best run of the night so far.
Let's look at it again, and Goss, good redirection there to get up the middle, and a big hit there at the end of the play. But E.J. Goss gets enough for a first down for Handley. So Kanan Kyles in the gun with E.J. Goss. Kyles, he's looking to throw it.
He's got a good pocket. Kyles fires a strike over the middle, and that pass is incomplete, looking for DeQuavian Slaughter.
Really good pass right there. I mean, just a little bit let him out too far, but still, tell you what, Handley so far, that's really good blocking right there by the Handley offensive line, and just that was a little outside his reach right there.
Scratch that. That was Montravius Black on the play. I don't believe Slaughters came back in the game yet after getting hurt earlier. So we're going to see if he can work his way back out on the field. But the man of the hour, Amaje Williams, for this struggling Handley offense is back on the field. And here's Kyles. He's looking to throw it. Kyles, good pocket, good pressure there. And that ball's going to be intercepted.
And that's going to be
Central Clay Volunteers get the interception, but there's a penalty flag on the play. That may be pass interference on the Volunteers.
It very well could be, but that was a really good interception right there by number 5, Amari Whetstone. And you can just tell right there, I think he just really understood.
Let's look at it again. I believe that might be pass interference.
Look at this interception.
The pass was tipped and the ball was in the air. The Tigers are looking for the pass interference, and they indeed got it. So pass interference on the Clay Central Volunteers. So no interception, and Volunteers get some free yards to keep moving the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers, if they want to get back in this football game, they got to score now, and they got to go for 2 to get back in this game.
So Kanan Kyles and E.J. Goss. Kyles, he's going to give it off to E.J. Goss. E.J. Goss gets a very short gain on first down. And when does the urgency kick in?
I mean, I think the urgency should have kicked in at halftime, in my opinion. But so far, the urgency really has to be kicking in, especially right now.
So now, second down and long for the Handley Tigers.
I'll tell you what, I mean, they got to get something going right here. If they can't get anything going right here, I mean, it's already not looking good for the Handley Tigers.
And this is a different formation we've seen tonight for the Handley Tigers, as it's going to be a give to E.J. Goss. He gets some space on the outside, and he's going nowhere, as the Volunteer defense all over that is what? Did he fumble the ball? No, he was down. Okay. I was fixing to say, that is just pouring down rain in Lineville for the Handley Tigers if he would have fumbled that football.
I mean, it really was. I mean, if he would have fumbled that football, you're talking like Forrest Gump rain when he's out there in Vietnam and he's talking about he's coming in sideways.
Because it has not looked good. I mean, this Handley team just doesn't look like the Handley team we've seen in the past few weeks. And I'm saying that this Central Clay team is a very good team, but they've had their fair share of mistakes. So Kyles, he rolls out. He's looking to throw it. He's got a man open. He's holding his hands up, and that pass is going to be dropped.
And that was, oh my goodness.
That was a great pass by Kanan Kyles to Trustin Phillips, and he drops it.
Kanan Kyles, I'll tell you what. Look at this pass right here. Look at this, beautiful, rolls out of the pocket. I mean, it hits him directly in his hands, and he just drops the football.
And at number 3, Deshaun Gibbons on the coverage, and Gibbons was beat.
I mean, there's really not any way to put it. I mean, he was beat. And Kyles delivers it perfectly, back shoulder throw, and it's just dropped.
So, 4th down for the Handley Tigers, and they are indeed going to go for it.
I mean, you have to here. I mean, you have to here.
4th down, here we go. Kanan Kyles, he's got a man. He fires it over the middle of the field, and a good open field tackle by the Central Clay Volunteers.
Number 5, Damari Whitstone, just throws him down right there.
And that was he was open, just a very good open field tackle by Whetstone. And that's going to, what a tackle by Whetstone. And number 14, Montravius Black, just didn't have enough space to get there. And I'm going to be honest with you, Jackson, I don't know if Handley, unless Central Clay breaks off a big run here, I don't know if they get the ball back.
I don't know, but I mean, I think they'll get the ball back. 7 minutes is a lot of time.
7 minutes is a lot of time indeed, but you think you get 3 yards of carry, 3 yards of carry all the way down the field, you're going to get it with maybe not much time to make something happen, and especially if they score. So here's Kevin Cherry. He's going to take the pitch. Kevin Cherry's got a little bit of space, and he's going to be brought down by a slew of Tigers.
Kevin Cherry is going to be down. That's not what you want to see. I really hope he's okay.
It's like that. He's pointing at his shoulder there, so the balls are going to take a look at him. So, and it looked like he was brought down on that shoulder on the tackle. Let's see it right here. Yes, he is. Right on that shoulder.
It's a rough one, that really is. And I'll tell you what, that was a really good lead blocking right there by number 3, Deshaun Gibbons. And that's just something you never want to see, especially when it's 31-6, you're up in the fourth quarter, one of your star players. And Kevin Cherry's really been an MVP for the Vols tonight. He got a kick return. He's made some plays on defense, made some plays on offense. It's just not what you want to see at all.
So Volunteers taking the kneel for Kevin Cherry. Kevin Cherry's going to come off the field under his own power. We're going to have a little bit of help there, but Kevin Cherry has been a very big impact for this Volunteer team tonight.
And you could tell it's like his collarbone. He's just not looking good.
So here we go. Here's the Volunteer offense after the run by Kevin Cherry.
The clocks continue running, and this is exactly what Danny Horn and the Volunteers want.
So here we go. Harris under center. And that's going to be a pitch outside, and good coverage there by the Handley Tiger front as Taylor Boyd gets nothing on the play.
Very, very good open field Tiger right there by number 7, Jamarcus Daniel.
Jamarcus Daniel's been another guy who's been all over the place for this Handley Tiger team, returning kicks and playing some receiver. Now he's playing some defense for this team. He's been a very good piece for this Handley Tiger team. If there's bright spots, he's one of them.
And I'll tell you what, the biggest bright spot so far, is Camden Kyles. That guy is slinging the ball all over the field. It's not his fault that the receivers are dropping it.
So here's Harris. He's going to give it off to Boyd. Boyd bounces it up. Gets a little bit of a push there, and he makes it closer to that first down marker for the Volunteers.
And I'll tell you what, Dawson, you may be right, because, think about it. In 3 plays, they've ran a minute and a half off the clock.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets down to fourth down. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it.
Not at all, because, especially if it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Handley's really not shown the ability to stop the run tonight. A couple key plays they have, but other than that, really not been able to stop it. And it actually is 4th down right now.
And I think they're going to punt it. No, they're not. Well, he's scooting back up. I think he might punt it. Yes, he indeed is. It looks like Harris is going to call a timeout. So Central Clay is going to take a timeout. They're going to talk about it. They may go for this. Central Clay's calls a timeout. So they're going to talk about it and see what they want to do here on 4th down, because they could go for it. If they go for it and get it, like I told you, they may not get the ball back.
They may not. And
you'll listen to me one day.
I'm not going to listen to a Falcons fan.
The shade has been thrown here early. They were here late in this ball game from Jackson New. So here we go. We're about to get ready to fire this back up. And if you're Coach Strain, you can't take nothing away from this game, because this Central Clay team is a really good team. Well, you can take something away, and that's go back and watch and see just the mental mistakes that Handley made tonight to put them in the position they're in.
100%, and you got to add some. And if you're Coach Strain, you got to go back and you got to add some pass plays into this offense. You got a quarterback who's throwing lasers all over this field. And, really, they just now started to kind of go towards the passing aspect of this game in the second half.
So here's the Volunteers, and I believe they are going to go for this to try to put this game on ice. This is a big play here for the Handley Tigers. Here's Harris. Almost got a jump,
I think
and
he might
I believe
have.
they may have got it. I think they did.
And that may put this game away. like you were saying, when it rains, it absolutely pours.
Just a simple flinch, and the ref caught it. So now the Central Clay Volunteers will get a first down. And like I told you, Jackson, a few more run plays. If nothing breaks off big, I don't see Handley touching the football again.
Probably not, Austin. I mean, I should have listened to you probably, but I mean, I really didn't think they could run 5 minutes off the clock. But now, as we get closer and closer more to the end of this game, it's looking more and more just reality.
So Damian Boyd and Taylor Boyd in the backfield for the Volunteers. It's going to be a good little Damian Boyd. LaDamian Boyd goes right up the gut, and he gets a gain of about 6 yards.
Really good run right there. And I'll tell you what, this Volunteers line is just leading the dance so far in this game. In my opinion, this game has been won in the trenches.
The big hog mollies up front have been working all night long for the Volunteers. And now the clock is just going to tick down, and Coach Strain has got to be getting ready to hit the buses here in just a minute.
Yeah, he has all his timeouts, but I just think he's wanting to run this clock out as much as he can.
And that's going to be a false start on Volunteers, so that's going to back him up a little bit.
It's going to be number 10, JT Wilkerson right there, just kind of flinched a little bit early. You got to think, Coach Strain, you're undefeated. This is the first loss of the season. You can take a lot of things away from this.
But, I mean, you can't take away the mistakes that Central Clay has made. It's just Handley has not been able to capitalize on those mistakes.
You're 100% correct. I mean, think about it is, Central Clay has made a lot of mistakes as well. I mean, you got to think, snaps way over their head, fumbles, just miscommunications all over the field.
So here's Harris. Harris, he hands it off, and it's going to be a very good run there for the Volunteers, and that was number 5, Damari Whetstone, on the carry.
He's also been a Swiss Army knife type of player for the Volunteers. He's playing a little bit of running back, a little bit of linebacker. I mean, just really just done it all for them.
As the clock continues to wind down here in the fourth quarter for the Volunteers, as we have now reached under the 4-minute mark here in this ball game, and I believe it. Like I said, I'm one of those guys that doesn't like to call the game before it happens because I believe anything can happen in a game. But I don't believe there's a chance that Handley comes back.
Oh my dear Lord, Damari Whetstone just ran over a human being.
Damari Whetstone is making up for the fumble he had earlier. Let's just say that. Because we're going to get another look at it again. And right there, boom, pushes a man off of him, bounces it inside. Good run there by Whetstone to keep this thing moving.
A steamroller just ran through that Handley defender.
But it looks like the Volunteers are getting shaken up here late in the game as Whetstone's going to come off the field limping a little bit.
That's something you don't want to see at all. I mean, you might have to turn to your underclassmen here, just try to run this clock out as much as you can.
And I believe that's what's going to happen here. And
that's going to be number 23, Damian Cosby, coming in. Really good running back as well.
And going to be a run right up the gut, and that is going to be a gain of about 2 yards.
They're just going to try to run this clock out as much as they can.
So the Clay Central Volunteers, unless a miracle happens, are going to hold on and stay undefeated on the season, and the Handley Tigers are going to take their first loss of the season. And besides some of the mental mistakes, Coach Horn's going to be pleased with how his team played. Besides the center play, obviously, as they've had a lot of bad snaps, they will work that out, I'm sure.
I tell you what, I mean, Danny Horn, he's going to be really excited about this win, but he's not going to be pleased with all the mistakes that they made.
And the quarterback's favorite play, the quarterback kneel, has been dropped for the Volunteers.
And Coach Strain's going to let this clock run out. They're in victory formation. They're going to do everything they can. Just try to run as much clock out as they can.
So we're reaching under the 2-minute mark here. for the Vols. And they're going to continue to line up in the victory formation and just kneel this clock away. 3rd down. Like I tried to tell you earlier, Jackson, they're not going to touch the ball again, and you didn't want to believe me. So, minute 40 to go here. And another kneel to bring up 4th down for the Volunteers. They're probably going to have to punt it.
Hey, they're going to touch the ball.
I believe they're going to punt it. Yeah, I think they're probably just going to go ahead and give this to Handley, so they may touch the ball.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
So under a minute to go.
I feel like, Danny, you want to call a timeout right here.
In just a few seconds. And
they're going to run a play.
They're going to run a play, and there's going to be a false start. Don't know what he was doing. Don't know what was going on there. As
Soap came off the line finna block somebody downfield.
I don't know what just happened there. So, 52 seconds to go. And now I'm not sure what's going on.
I'll tell you what, I don't understand why Handley is talking so much right now. You're down 31-6, and you're yelling at the Clay Central players. I don't understand that.
So the clock is now running again for the Volunteers, as I believe Harris's night's going to be done. I don't think they're going to risk him getting much more playing time here in just a few minutes. So 4th down and very long. The clock is running down. I believe that's going to wrap this game up. And I was 100% right. They will not touch the football back.
The more that I think about it, though, was the false start maybe supposed to happen? They called that place in this game. Clock was running.
That's a good question there, Jackson. That's going to be your ball game. 31-6, the Central Clay Volunteers take down the Handley Tigers. 31-6. What a ball game for the Central Clay Volunteers, as they really dominated this game from the start, Jackson.
They really did. I mean, this game really wasn't in reason at all. I mean, and think about it is, even after miscues from both of these teams, especially the Volunteers, it doesn't matter. They still come out on top in a very, very good victory.
Very good victory for Coach Danny Horn, and that just solidifies his legacy here in high school football as he brings out the old school wishbone formation and really just controls the speed of the game at his pace and nobody else's.
Just a really tough loss for the Handley Tigers. I mean, really, really tough. But you go and you learn from this.
You do, and I know Coach Strain is going to do that. He does it every time. Well, I've seen it from him so many times. He always knows how to bounce back.
He really does. And the thing about it is, this is not a bad loss. I mean, it is a bad loss for Handley. The thing about it is, it has no playoff implication. It has nothing, not region, not even your own A. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not even the fact that this loss should, I mean, it hurts, obviously, just a loss. But this is a good Central Clay team, a very well-coached team, and a very good football team.
And see, this right here is what makes a leader. You see the quarterback Kyle's out there just hitting all his teammates, making sure they know they're all appreciated. And I mean, that's what makes a leader here in football.
And you're 100% correct. That shows the type of player that Kanan Kyles is, as going around dapping up his players, giving everybody high fives, slapping them on the helmet. That is what makes a leader. So, we got an interview down on the field with Shasta.
Hey guys, I am out here with Coach Horn. Coach, tell me how it feels right now.
It feels great. I mean, we just beat a really good football team.
Well, your guys, I mean, you did great. And number 15, Boyd, he was tearing it up out there.
Well, he's a good player, and I mean, he'd be the first to tell you if it weren't for his offensive line, he wouldn't be able to do it. So, I mean, we played well at times and a little sluggish at times, but you know, when you're playing good teams, you better bring it, and I thought we brought it tonight.
And do we have an update on the injury to number 2, Cherry?
Well, no, not yet. I just hope he's okay.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal game up to that
great
point.
Game. Great
Anything else you want to leave the fans with tonight?
I appreciate them coming out and supporting us like they always do. You know, we got the best fans in the country.
Well, we thank you so much. You guys have a great night celebrating.
All right, thank you.
We're going to throw it back to you in the studio.
And a man with minimal words to say, Coach Danny Horn, so well spoken, and you heard him that they just beat a really good football team, and I agree with him as well. This Central Clay Volunteers team is very good, but the Handley team is just as good, just had a bad night. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up here in just a moment with the WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank.
Located in Alexandria, Alabama, Ron's Barbecue is now back open 10 to 8 Wednesday through Sunday. A local family-owned and operated business, Ron's is providing slow-smoked ribs, barbecue chicken, and more. Known for the huge buffalo chicken tenders and the delicious smash burger, Ron's is perfect for the family night out or a lunchtime meeting. Come on out and try Calhoun County's newest local barbecue restaurant.
Hi, welcome to Classic 13. How can I help you? I was thinking about getting a tattoo. Do I need to make an appointment? No, we take walk-ins every day. Let's find someone to help you. Follow me. Okay, if you'll have a seat right here. Thank you.
Come down to Classic 13, where good tattoos aren't cheap and cheap tattoos ain't good.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Welcome back into your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week, presented by Southern States Bank. And Jackson, we are wrapping up here in just a few moments in this game. And what did you notice in this game? Between two really good football teams, Central Clay comes out on top with a big win.
I think I noticed more discipline in between teams, in my opinion. I think the Volunteers are just a more disciplined team all around. They had the better, discipline, better cardio, I guess you could say. They never really got tired at all.
I agree with you, Jackson, and I'm going to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors for tonight's game. Southern States Bank, we want to give a big thank to them at Southern States Bank. We pride ourselves on being your local bank, locations in Anniston and Sylacauga. Let us be there for you. Member FDIC, Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden, home of the best people, the best service, period. Visit Team 1 Chevrolet in Gadsden, Alabama. Freestyle Graphics, special thanks to Freestyle Graphics who made our crew shirts for this season. For all your graphics needs, whether apparel, promotional items, signs, and banners and novelty items, visit freestylegraphics.espwebsite.com. Applebee's of Oxford. Special thanks to Applebee's in Oxford tonight for fueling our crew with some great food before the show tonight. So Jackson, we're going to be wrapping up here, and what a ball game we had in Lineville, Alabama. The Central Clay Volunteers 31-6 over the Handley Tigers. We'll see y'all next week with your WEAC TV 24 Game of the Week presented by Southern States Bank. Y'all have a blessed night.
Good night.